Chapter 2350. Su Yun was already very familiar with Hong Kong and Macau, and Lin Ge wasn't unfamiliar with this place, so if the two wanted to play the game of cat and mouse with the Hong Kong and Macau police, it would be like Jerry playing with Tom. It would give the Hong Kong and Macau police a headache. When night fell, Su Yun took Lin Ge to Kowloon Peninsula. He hadn't been to Lon Bar for a long time, and he didn't know what the bar was like now. Although Su Yun advised Lillian to change her job and not go to the bar to be a bar baby, he believed that she wouldn't make too many changes in a short time. After all, in her view, money would never be enough because the orphanage would always be short of money. "Brother, aren't you in a good mood? What's the situation now? And you still want to treat me to a drink?" Lin Ge said with a blank face. "Isn't this too disrespectful to the Hong Kong and Macau police? Who said that I want to treat you to a drink? What are you thinking in your head?" "Su Yun, I'm here to find someone. If you want a drink, wait until we safely return to Yenjing. I will definitely let you drink to your heart's content." Lin Ge stuck out his tongue. "Find someone? Brother, I found that your luck with women is too good. How long have you been in Hong Kong and Macau, and you already got a girl? Now that the situation is like this, you still dare to come to her?" Su Yun really wanted to directly hit Lin Ge's head. This guy always spoke so carelessly. Okay, I got it. I will shut up." Lin Ge said. "There must be a serious matter, right?" Su Yun ignored Lin Ge, and the two went directly into the bar. Sure enough, this place was different from before. The people who looked after the bar were also changed. With the arrival of Hong Dong-shi, the bar owner didn't have to be so scared. Knowing that Li Guang was a police officer, he wouldn't trouble him. Now, no one dared to provoke this Lon Bar. Therefore, there was no need for so many underlings to watch over the place. A few internal bodyguards were enough. At this time, Lillian was still working in the bar. This time was her hot dance time. The atmosphere in the bar was very hot. Everyone was crazily twisting their waists and buttocks, shaking their messy hair. Su Yun found a corner and sat down. He pointed at Lillian, who was dancing on the stage, and said to Lin Ge, "In a moment, go call her over. Tell her that I asked her to come over." "Brother, you still don't admit that you're picking up girls?" Lin Ge said helplessly. "You've already made an appointment. If you want to make an appointment, you can do it yourself. Why do you want me to do it? I don't think this is appropriate, right? How can you find someone to replace you when you're dating someone? If I tell you to go, then go. What's with all the nonsense?" Su Yun, the waiter who ordered the drinks, came over. Su Yun ignored Lin Ge and pushed him away. Then, he ordered some drinks and fruit plates. No matter where it was, there was a minimum price to get a private room. Therefore, even if Su Yun wasn't in the mood to drink, he had to follow the rules. Lin Ge twisted and turned as he squeezed into the crowd. Su Yun didn't go because he was worried that the bar's investors would also be there. After seeing him, they would definitely come to toast him or something. That would be too troublesome. After all, the entire Hong Kong and Macau police were looking for him. He didn't want to get into any trouble because of this. Lin Ge quickly walked to the front of the stage where Lillian was. After Lillian finished dancing, she shook her hair and prepared to leave. "Beauty, my brother asked me to invite you over. Come with me and have a seat." Lin Ge shouted with a smile, but Lillian ignored him. There were people like this every day. Since this bar was no longer under the control of Hong Dong Group's brother Guang and brother Yun, there were many people who would ask her out every day. And Lillian was the same as before. She still wouldn't pay attention to these people. "Miss Lillian, I've been asking you out for a week. Seeing that I've spent over 100,000 yuan in your Lon Bar this week, shouldn't you come over and have a drink with me?" Other than Lin Ge, there were also people who surrounded Lillian and shouted, "I really want to be friends with Miss Lillian. Miss Lillian, give me some face and come over to my place to sit. What do you want to drink? I'll treat you. What are you pretending to be virtuous for? Isn't she just a girl who dances in a nightclub and makes money by twisting her butt? You're making yourself look like a cold goddess. I'll give you 100,000 yuan for a week. Do you dare? 100,000. This isn't a small number. Playing with a girl in a nightclub outside is at most 1,000 yuan. Everyone was talking at once. Some were fans, some were haters, and some were blindly jeering. There were all kinds of people who said all kinds of things. Lillian took a deep breath. She had already gotten used to it this week. So when faced with those unreasonable words, she simply turned a deaf ear and ignored them. However, at this time, Lin Gu was angry. Facing some people who spoke rudely, Lin Gu couldn't stand it anymore. All of you shut up. What are you pretending for? What's 100,000 yuan? Why are all of your mouths so smelly? If you want to find a chicken, go to the chicken shop outside. This is a place to drink, not a place for you to talk filthy words. What are you talking about? Who are you talking about? From your accent, you're a mainlander. How dare you come to our Hong Kong and Macau to shout at us? Someone took the lead and shouted. Mainlanders with no quality. Go back. Another person shouted. Lin Gu was angry at that time. He wanted to fight with them. Today, he wanted to let these bastards know that the ones who were taught a lesson by his fists were the ones with no quality. People with quality wouldn't talk about quality all day long. 7 to 8 out of 10 people who talked about quality were people with a sense of regional superiority and discrimination against foreigners. Don't fight, Lillian suddenly said to Lin Gu. Where's your brother? I promise you that I'll go and have a drink with him. With Lillian's action, everything calmed down. Those who couldn't make an appointment could only blame themselves for not having the ability. After all, they couldn't cause trouble here. Since Lillian had made a decision, there was no need to say anything more. Lin Gu pointed to the corner. Lillian glanced over without any mood. Then, she silently followed Lin Gu. She really wasn't in the mood. However, in order to prevent such a tasteless dispute in the shop, she had to suffer sometimes. However, when Lillian walked over and saw that it was Su Yun, she was shocked. She rubbed her eyes hard. After confirming that it wasn't a dream, she covered her mouth. Wasn't this too exaggerated? It was really Su Yun. Lillian was afraid that she would scream. It took her a while to control her emotions. Lin Gu grinned. How could he say that he didn't pick up a girl? Look at how excited this girl was when she saw him. It wasn't something that could be compared to being a newlywed. You're back? Lillian's worries were finally over. She learned about Su Yun's situation from Li Guang. She knew that things were dangerous. She had been depressed. Now that she saw Su Yun return, all her worries disappeared. Su Yun smiled. Yes. Then, will there be no problems in the future? Can you have fun in Hong Kong and Macau for a few days? I'm afraid that's not possible. Su Yun said, I came to you today to ask you to do me a favor. Lillian nodded vigorously. Tell me, no matter what it is, as long as I can help you, I will do my best to help you. Did something happen to you guys? Something happened, and it's a heartbreaking thing. Lin Gu poured out all his complaints about LV Huarong. He complained that his big brother Yun was clearly a hero, but he was treated like a criminal by LV Huarong. Initially, he locked the door, but now, he was being pursued. It was completely unreasonable. Lillian quickly understood their situation. She nodded and said, Go to my house. I promise it's absolutely safe. This was the best way for Su Yun and the others, because the Hong Kong and Macau police would definitely check all the hotels and places where people could stay. And most importantly, if Su Yun wanted to get in touch with Li Guang or Yang Qi, Lillian's house was the safest place to meet. It was safer than anywhere else. Su Yun came today with this presumptuous request. Su Yun's phone would definitely be monitored, and Li Guang and Yang Qi, who had a good relationship with him, would definitely be monitored as well. If Su Yun wanted to see them, he could only go through Lillian's side. This way, it wouldn't arouse suspicion. After Lillian knew Su Yun's intentions, she nodded affirmatively. I'll go prepare now. We'll go back immediately. Lillian went to the back to change her clothes. Lin Gu looked at the wine and fruit plates on the table and quickly took the cup. Brother, if you don't drink, I'll drink. If I don't drink, it would be a waste. You'd better finish the bottle. Su Yun said, it's a lot of money. Of course. Lin Gu said. Why don't you ask how much money you have earned from me? Hit me? Humph. If you dare to touch me, you will definitely regret it. Lillian said angrily. I'm sure I won't just touch you. You have earned so much money from me. It's not a loss to sleep with me once, right? The bar owner said, don't pretend to be virtuous. Others don't know, but do you think I don't know? Who is not a slut in my bar? I have slept with them all. You are the only one left. Under the constant encouragement of the boss, a few internal bodyguards gathered their courage and approached Lillian. Lillian could only retreat in front of them. She didn't know what to do. Su-yun felt that it had been too long outside. Something was not right, so he brought Lin Gu inside to take a look. As soon as they came in, they saw Lillian being forced back to her dressing room by a few people. The bar owner still had a devilish smile on his face. Little baby, let me love you here today. I can't wait for you to get off work. Ha ha, scream as much as you want. Let's see if someone will come and save you. After saying that, the bar owner wanted to play the game of forcing himself on Lillian. He waved his hand at the several internal security guards and said, okay, you guys go over there and guard it for me. Don't let any random people come in. I don't believe that I can't get a chick. Just as the internal bodyguards were about to turn around and leave, they saw the gloomy Su-yun walking over. They were stunned. Some of the timid ones were so scared that they bent down and almost knelt down in front of Su-yun. Go. You still want to watch and learn a few moves. The bar owner didn't realize the danger at all. Get out of here. Don't ruin my mood. I wonder what moves I can learn. Su-yun walked behind the bar owner. The moment he heard this voice, the bar owner was a little dumbfounded. He quickly turned around and looked. Su-yun's gloomy face was really terrifying. Although Su-yun's identity as an undercover police officer was known by the entire Hong Kong and Macau, the fact that he personally destroyed Dakuan and the rumor that he solved Wang Jinjin's matter were all true. Who dared to say that they weren't afraid? It was definitely a lie. Yun. Brother Yun. When did you come over? The bar owner looked at Su-yun in shock and quickly pointed at Lillian inside. I was just joking with her. I told her that this society is very chaotic. Su-yun nodded. Continue to explain. It's like this, Brother Yun. Lillian wants to come out with 2 guests. I'm just teaching her a lesson and letting her know that she can't mess around. The bar owner said, I'm just being nice. Big Brother Yun, I'm sure you can understand. When Lillian saw that Su-yun had arrived, she quickly ran out and stood behind Su-yun. Lin Gu clenched his fist and walked forward. Understand your ass. You look so simple and honest, but why are you so dirty when you do things? You. What are you doing? You are undercover police. You can't just hit people. When the bar owner saw Lin Ji's fierce look, he began to panic. Lin Gu pointed at the tip of his nose and said, Do you think I look like a police officer? Who are you scolding? How am I like a police officer? I'm not the kind of person who doesn't know what my surname is. Today, I'll let you know that this society is very chaotic. After they finished speaking, they started to fight. Su-yun pulled Lillian outside. What are you guys standing there for? Come and help me. Don't. Poodash. Don't hit my face. I beg. Poodash. The sound of the bar owner vomiting blood was really explosive. Su-yun didn't care about these things. Lin Gu teaching them a lesson was no different from teaching primary school students. He directly took Lillian to the parking lot outside. Didn't I tell you not to come here to work in the future? You should find a proper job. This isn't a long-term solution. Su-yun said, Now, I have destroyed your job. Lillian couldn't help but laugh. At the beginning, Li Guang told her that this wasn't a long-term place to work, but she worked here. With Li Guang protecting her, she wouldn't feel uncomfortable. Later, Su Yun also told her, but Su Yun would also protect her in this place. She wouldn't feel anything. It wasn't until Li Guang and Su Yun left one after another that Lillian understood that this place was really not a place to work. She couldn't continue to stay in this place. She had done enough this week, but she didn't know where she could go after leaving here, so she didn't have the courage. Now, Su Yun directly destroyed her job. Even if she wanted to come here in the future, she couldn't come at all. Su Yun, thank you. Lillian said. Thank me for what? I even made you lose your job. Su Yun grinned. Lillian said seriously, it's because you helped me do something I didn't have the courage to do, so I have to thank you. At this time, Lin Ge clapped his hands and walked out of the bar. Brother, the boss really needs to be taught a lesson. After today, I'm afraid he won't dare to provoke girls in a short time. This is... Lillian looked at Lin Ge curiously. Just now, Lin Ge made a move on the bar owner without saying a word. He was very handsome. My name is Lin Ge. Lin Ge said, Brother Yun's younger brother. Just treat me as your younger brother. Don't be an outsider. My brother came to find you for something today. If it's not convenient for you to talk, I can leave. It's okay, you don't have to consider my feelings. Chapter 2352. Feel your sister. Su Yun. You follow closely behind me. Don't get lost later. I don't have time to worry about you. Lin Ge smiled. You really don't need me to avoid you? That's okay. You are indeed my brother. Okay, then I will follow behind you too. You two can say whatever you want. Just treat me as heir. Lillian was still very embarrassed. She didn't know what to do with a person behind her. She just looked at Su Yun blankly. If you really want us to treat you as heir, then keep your mouth shut. Don't talk and interrupt. Su Yun glanced at Lin Ge. Lin Ge stretched out his hand and made a zipper gesture in front of his mouth. Then, he didn't say a word. He even controlled his breathing and hid his breath. It's not convenient to talk here. Let's go to your house first. Su Yun said to Lillian, the two of us are now wanted by the police. Going to your house is the safest place, but it may also bring you trouble. If you don't mind, we can... Of course I don't mind. Lillian said. She was a little surprised when she heard the news. Then let's go back quickly. The three of them took a taxi back to Lillian's house. Lillian poured hot tea for the two of them. Then, she listened to Su Yun roughly explain the situation. Only then did she understand Su Yun's current situation and his purpose of coming here. I will call Guang Ge now and ask him to come here. Lillian said, Guang Ge will definitely help you. I have no doubt about this. Because Guang Ge and I have a special relationship, they will definitely monitor Guang Ge's mobile phone calls and messages. If you really call like this now, it is equivalent to exposing us. Su Yun, unless we use other methods. Lin Ge played with his mobile phone and said, if Li Guang's mobile phone is monitored, then the other party will only need 10 seconds to track it. So, it's too difficult. There is basically no possibility of not exposing our target. This matter was indeed quite tricky. Su Yun had never thought of a better way to solve this problem. Lillian suddenly said, why can't we expose our target? Even if we do, what can we do? As long as we can find a reasonable reason, wouldn't there be no problem? A reasonable reason? Su Yun looked at Lillian. He knew that Lillian must have some ideas. As long as we give a reasonable reason, all the problems will be solved. Lillian said, take out your phone and call Brother Guang. Tell him that the water pipe in his apartment in Kowloon is leaking. We are downstairs neighbors, so we need him to solve the problem. This is good. This way, not only would Li Guang come over, but it would also expose their location. Even if Li Guang was being monitored, it wouldn't be a big deal. It was just a normal phone call. Moreover, the police had chased the cell phone signal over, and the location was not wrong. So, what was there to be suspicious about? Sure enough, the onlooker sees more clearly than the person involved. Su Yun and Lin Ge couldn't figure it out, but Lillian easily figured it out. Then I will do it now. Lillian said. No, don't call. Let Lin Ge do it. Su Yun, Brother Guang can recognize your voice as soon as he hears it. If he doesn't understand it for a moment and spills the beans, then things will be troublesome. Lillian nodded. What he said was true. Lin Ge lived up to everyone's expectations. He immediately dialed Li Guang's phone according to the plan. Li Guang was still having a headache because of Su Yun's matter. He was sitting alone at a roadside food stall eating. He didn't eat much for the whole day. If he didn't fill his stomach, then he would be really hungry. The unfamiliar phone made Li Guang a little impatient. Hello, who are you looking for? Excuse me, are you in our Jiolong City apartment district? I am your downstairs neighbor. Lin Ji's deliberate harbor accent was still very strong. Li Guang was slightly startled and wondered, Then, what's the matter? You don't know. The water pipe in your house seems to be broken. Now all the water is flowing down. The ceiling of my bathroom is soaked with water. So, I want you to come quickly and solve this problem for me. What? Li Guang was really surprised and shocked. It can't be. I didn't live there much. How could it be broken? Did you make a mistake? I am at your door. Do you want me to take a photo and send it to you? You can't be so irresponsible. You have to solve the problem of the water pipe in your house. Otherwise, all the neighbors won't be able to stand it. Lin Ge shouted. Li Guang said embarrassedly, I really don't know the reason. Well, you wait a moment. I will be there right away. Then hurry up. Otherwise, my house will be flooded by you. Lin Ge hung up the phone after he finished speaking. Li Guang was confused, but since he had already called, he had to go quickly. Whether it was a mistake or not, there was nothing wrong with going to take a look. Su Yun's worry was not unfounded. Li Guang's phone was indeed monitored. Everything that had just happened was heard. LV Huarong secretly swore that he would let Su Yun know the power of the Hong Kong and Macau police. So, he had to catch them no matter what. That was why he had to monitor the phones of people who were close to Su Yun, such as Li Guang and Yang Qi. After hearing all this, the monitoring officer immediately reported to LV Huarong that Li Guang was going to the apartment to deal with this matter. LV Huarong immediately ordered the car that was following Li Guang to continue following him. Li Guang rushed to the apartment building. He was still a little puzzled. Su Yun had lived in this place before. It was impossible for something to happen. He got into the elevator. When he arrived at the door, he found that only Lillian was waiting for him. There were no neighbors at all, and there was no leakage. Li Guang looked at Lillian in surprise and asked, What are you doing? I'm giving you a surprise. Lillian said, Let's go to my house. Li Guang looked at Lillian in confusion. What happened to the phone just now? What's the matter with you? Why am I going to your house? Didn't I say that I'm giving you a surprise? Lillian smiled. Brother Guang, don't you believe me? I promise that there must be someone you want to see in my house. Do you understand? Li Guang suddenly realized. So that's how it is. Su Yun is at your house. Li Guang exclaimed. Lower your voice. Lillian said. Then why don't you just call and explain it clearly? Why do you have to be so mysterious? Li Guang was speechless. This is not a surprise. This is a scare. Lillian snorted. They said that your phone might be monitored, so we have to be careful. Let's go. Let's go home and talk. Only then did Li Guang understand. No wonder they were so secretive. This matter was really interesting. However, after he heard that his phone was monitored, he still felt a little unhappy. In any case, the Hong Kong and Macau police did this disrespect to him. This made Li Guang very unhappy. This kind of unhappiness came from the heart. After seeing Su Yun again, Li Guang was relieved. It's good that the two of you are fine. Since you are fine, let's leave quickly. Don't waste time here. I still have to take away Chong Mo from Sky Eye. Otherwise, Sky Eye's people will break into the prison sooner or later. At that time, more people will die. Su Yun, I can't just leave it like this. Li Guang said, then you still want to break into the prison in advance? Yes. Su Yun, so now I need to know where Chong Mo is being held. It is said to be a secret prison. Brother Guang, you have been in Hong Kong and Macau for a long time. You should know, right? I might not know. After all, I am not a member of the Hong Kong and Macau police. Li Guang said, I really don't know. Sigh, then isn't this a waste of time? Lin Gu said helplessly. Lillian also shook her head regretfully. But I know someone who definitely knows. However, I don't know if she will tell you. Li Guang said, I don't know much about her. I don't know how much you know about her. Su Yun frowned. You mean, Yang Qi? Yes, she definitely knows about these things. Because she is a member of the Special Operations Department. So she must know a lot more than we think. Li Guang said, but she is a member of the Hong Kong and Macau police. I am not sure if she will help you. Chapter 2353. Su Yun fell into silence, but Lin Gu didn't think so. I don't think that girl will. She gives me the feeling that she is very optimistic about Brother Yun, and she also admires Brother Yun. I also know that Yang Qi admires Su Yun. She also respects Su Yun's words, but some things can't be considered on this basis. Li Guang said, she has her own position. After all, she is a Hong Kong and Macau police officer. She is obligated to do what the Hong Kong and Macau police should do. Helping Su Yun is tantamount to going against her position. Su Yun took a deep breath. The current situation was tantamount to a gamble. It was hard to say who would win or lose. Is there no other way to get the information from that person's mouth? Lillian said, is there anything I can help with? If you need me, I can help you do anything. You can't help with this matter. Li Guang said, Yang Qi is the only person who may tell you the place where Sky Eye is imprisoned, and she is the only person I am sure of knowing the highest secret prison. In the end, Su Yun made her own decision. Then we'll have to ask her. I know her address. Li Guang said, since my phone is monitored, then her phone must be monitored too, right? We should be careful. Don't contact her by phone. I will give you the address. You go directly to her house to find her. This is the safest way. Su Yun nodded. This was indeed the only way. Even if Yang Qi didn't help him, he could escape from the scene as soon as possible. He wouldn't be entangled with the Hong Kong and Macau police. I will help you. Li Guang said, I definitely don't agree with the opinion of Hong Kong and Macau's Director Liu. Guangge, you can't be with me. Our identities are different. You are a police officer. When you go back, you need your achievements to get the honor you deserve. You can't ruin yourself because of me, Su Yun said. Li Guang shook his head, but I don't care about honor. I've been undercover for so many years. I don't even know how to be a police officer anymore. In my opinion, anyone can be a police officer. As long as they have a righteous heart, they can stand up at any time. You don't care, but the people of the mainland care. With a good and responsible police officer like you, there might be a lot less unjust cases and misjudged cases, and a lot of innocent people won't be wronged. There will be more people who deserve to be punished. Su Yun said, the mainland does not lack police, but it lacks police like you. Li Guang fell silent. Su Yun was right. If he wanted to change something, he needed to have enough power first. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to change anything. If a person didn't have enough power, no matter how big his ambition was, it was impossible to change anything. You need to go back and be a person with power. Only then can you change the status quo. Su Yun said, that's why I don't welcome you in my camp. Guangge, you should leave early. I'm already very grateful that you can come today. Li Guang nodded. we're family. Don't be so polite. You're my brother since the first day you came to Kowloon. So I'll help you no matter what you need. This time, my ability is limited. I can't help you much. You've already helped me a lot. Su Yun smiled. Hearing this, Li Lian knew that Li Guang's situation couldn't be lost. She quickly began to chase him away. Guangge, you should leave quickly. If something happens and you're discovered, you'll be in trouble. Then I won't disturb you. Li Guang stood up and said, Su Yun, no matter what you do, you must be careful. Don't worry, Guangge. I'll be careful. Su Yun nodded. When Li Guang was about to leave, Li Lian suddenly called him, Wait a minute, there's still something missing. After saying that, Li Lian went to the bathroom to get a basin of water. She brought it out and put it in front of Li Guang. Hurry up, wet yourself. If someone follows you and sees you go out like this, they'll definitely be suspicious. I realized that you're a talent. You should go to the police academy. Li Guang said to Li Lian, Not bad, you're very thoughtful. After saying that, Li Guang wet himself. His shoes and pants were all wet. When he left, water droplets were dripping from his hair. This time it was really foolproof. It must be said that LV Huarong's reminder came in handy. LV Huarong really did arrange people to keep an eye on Li Guang. No matter what, Li Guang was still a member of the continent. Since he wasn't on the same side as LV Huarong, Li Guang naturally had to be careful. As for Yang Qi's side, LV Huarong didn't make such arrangements. Although he monitored Yang Qi's phone, he didn't arrange for someone to follow. There was no need for that. After all, Yang Qi was one of them. When Li Guang left, he was already aware of the car that had been following him. It seemed that he was no longer believed by the Hong Kong and Macau police. However, it didn't matter. He had helped as much as he could. As for the rest, he could only take one step at a time. With the address left by Li Guang, Su Yun's heart was much clearer. He handed the black suitcase to Lin Gu and decided to solve this problem himself. Brother, are you sure you can do it alone? If not, I'll go with you. Lin Gu said. I'm more confident by myself. You don't have to add to the trouble. Stay here and take care of the things. I'm telling you, even if you lose your life, you can't lose the things. Su Yun said. Lin Gu nodded. How can I not know such a small thing? I know it too well. I know it too well in my heart. I definitely can't lose the things you exchanged with your life. Hearing Lin Ji's words, Lillian's whole body trembled. Just by listening to this, she knew that this matter was really not easy. The things that Su Yun did were really dangerous. Su Yun, you must pay attention to your safety. Lin Gu said before Su Yun was about to leave, You know, I still hope that after our orphanage's new school district is built, I'll invite you to cut the ribbon for us, so you must be careful. Su Yun smiled. Don't worry, I'll remember what you said. When the time comes, I'll really come to cut the ribbon. I'm a very serious person. I want to see if the building your orphanage built is beautiful. Is it worth it? Lillian nodded vigorously. I definitely won't let you down. Su Yun laughed and directly left Lillian's house. It was already late. He should try his best to leave before Yang Qi went to sleep. Otherwise, it would be inconvenient to disturb her. In fact, Su Yun didn't know that because of this matter, Yang Qi couldn't sleep at all. Unless she had news of him, she couldn't sit still. As soon as Su Yun left, Lillian asked Lin Gu, Does he always do these dangerous things on a daily basis? Do you want him to do all the dangerous things? Don't you have anyone else to use? Lin Gu said, I also don't want my brother to do such dangerous things, but I don't have the final say in this matter. I'm not a leader, and I don't belong to them. My brother's brothers can take care of things on their own. It's just, maybe this matter has to be foolproof, so my brother has to do it personally. After that, Lin Gu looked at the black suitcase in his hand. This thing really has to be foolproof. Then, isn't he working hard? The most dangerous things are done by him. Lillian said with some heartache, I really don't want him to be like this. What did you say about the orphanage just now? Lin Gu said, how did you and my brother meet? Anyway, the two of them had nothing to do. They definitely wouldn't be sleepy without waiting for Su Yun's news, so they chatted. Lillian told all about how she met Su Yun, and also told Lin Gu about Su Yun donating to the orphanage. In the eyes of her and the orphanage teachers and children, Su Yun was their biggest superhero. No one could replace Su Yun's position in their hearts. Su Yun was the person they respected the most. So Lillian hoped that Su Yun would win this time. Chapter 2354. Su Yun went to Yang Qi's house according to the address Li Guang gave him. He stood outside and observed for a long time. After making sure there was no danger, he knocked on Yang Qi's door. The moment Yang Qi opened the door, she was stunned. The whole of Hong Kong and Macau was looking for Su Yun. Su Yun actually risked coming to her house at this time. It was like a dream. Come in. Yang Qi pulled Su Yun into the room and quickly closed the door. Yang Qi's first reaction seemed to be the same as Li Guang. She didn't want Su Yun to be discovered by the Hong Kong and Macau police. Su Yun also let out a big sigh of relief. At least this meant that Yang Qi didn't want to stand against him. How did you find this place? Are you crazy? Don't you know that Director Liu is very angry? The whole Hong Kong and Macau police are looking for you and you still dare to show your face. Yang Qi said in disbelief. Quickly leave Hong Kong and Macau, okay? That's the best choice for you. Yes, I want to leave. But before I leave, I want to find Chongmo first. Su Yun said, then I'll leave Hong Kong and Macau as soon as possible. Are you crazy? Do you know where Chongmo is locked up? You want to find him? Yang Qi said, I know you guys have different standpoints, but you all have your own reasons. If you want to take the Ebola virus weapon away, I won't say anything because it will be destroyed anyway. I support that. But this person... Su Yun patted Yang Qi's shoulder and interrupted her. If other people don't understand why I want to take Chongmo away, I can forgive them. But if you don't understand why I want to take Chongmo away, then I don't understand. Yang Qi was stunned. She quickly understood Su Yun's meaning. Su Yun was right. That was indeed the case. You've seen all the people in Heaven's Eye. You know how strong they are. Su Yun said, Can Kong, Gu Li, any one of them is a top expert. If any two of them work together, even I can't guarantee a 100% victory. But they're all injured. Yang Qi seemed to still have a sliver of hope. Yes, they were injured. However, Chongmo helped Jie Su break free from my control of his meridians and Jie Su healed the other two who were injured. Although Can Kong is injured, he doesn't have any external injuries. He only needs to rest for 2 or 3 days to recover. Su Yun, do you think the Hong Kong and Macau police really have the ability to withstand Sky's Eye? Yang Qi was silent. The Hong Kong and Macau police did not have a powerful expert like Su Yun. It could be said that everyone was weak in front of those people from Sky Eye. Chong Mo is a person that all of them cherish, so they will definitely come to look for him. Su Yun, if Chongmo stays in Hong Kong and Macau, there will definitely be a bloodbath. At that time, things won't be so simple. Many people will die. Have you ever considered that? Su Yun, since Director Liu said so, I believe that he has the confidence to guarantee that Chongmo won't be taken away. Yang Qi said, the secret prison is really safe. Okay, you say it's safe. Then tell me where the prison is. I'll prove to you that the place you think is safe is actually so weak that it can't even withstand a single blow. Su Yun, Yang Qi was stunned. That won't do. This isn't something I can say. I came here today to ask you about the location. If you don't tell me, I can still find it myself. It'll just take some time. Su Yun, right now, I'm racing against time with Sky's Eye. If you don't tell me, I'll directly kidnap him after I find out. It won't be as simple as a warning. Yang Qi's thoughts were also very conflicted. Today, tell me the location of the prison. I'll prove to you that your prison is weak. Su Yun, Believe me, I'm not trying to harm you. I just don't want the Hong Kong and Macau police to have more casualties. What do you want to do? Yang Qi looked at Su Yun, puzzled. You'll know tomorrow, Su Yun said seriously. Yang Qi, I believe you. That's why I came to find you. Think about it carefully. Yang Qi was struggling in her heart. According to her principles, she absolutely couldn't let Su Yun take Chongma away. However, she really should consider Sky's Eye's strength. If those 4 guys recovered 100% of their strength, then they would be able to kill any god or Buddha in Hong Kong and Macau. What should she do? There's not much time left, Su Yun. Yang Qi, help me this time, and also help the Hong Kong and Macau police. Finally, Yang Qi made up her mind. Okay. Then I'll tell you. You have to prove to me how fragile our secret prison is. If you can really prove it, I'll stand on your side. I'll think of a way to persuade Director Liu to hand her over to you. Su Yun knew that Yang Qi couldn't convince Director Liu, but now wasn't the time to crush her confidence. I'll prove it to you. As long as you can convince Director Liu, I won't do anything against the law. Don't worry. The secret prison is here in the Yantian district. Yang Qi said as she took out a pen and paper and drew a simple map. Su Yun quickly understood the map and the location. Yang Qi continued, I can tell you that this special secret prison holds very important prisoners. There are no less than 100 prison guards inside. Whether it's day or night, there will be many people on duty. It's heavily guarded and definitely not easy to get close. With this, it's fine. Su Yun smiled. Some things aren't suitable for you to tell me too much. I'll take care of the rest. Yang Qi rubbed her temples a little helplessly. Things were really troublesome now. It was already late at night. Su Yun looked at the time. He should go back. If he went back late, Lin Ge and Lillian would definitely be worried. It's late, you should rest early. I'll go back first. You're leaving now? Yang Qi was startled. In fact, she wasn't sleepy at all. Where are you staying now? All the hotels are being checked. It won't be easy for you to find a place to stay, right? Otherwise, are you going to stay? I can't cause trouble for you. Su Yun, don't worry, I have a place to stay. I won't sleep on the streets. Besides, for what I want to do, even if I have to sleep on the streets, I don't care. Yang Qi admired Su Yun from the bottom of her heart. Su Yun really wasn't afraid of anything. As long as he thought it was right, no one could stop him. No one could change his mind and opinion. Then you can go. I won't keep you. Yang Qi sighed. I hope you're fine. I also hope nothing happens to you. I'll prove to you tonight that my decision was right. Su Yun said this and turned to leave. Yang Qi was left standing at the door. For a moment, she was in a daze. She didn't know what she should or shouldn't do. Yang Qi was still conflicted. She didn't know if she was right or wrong. She told Su Yun the address of the secret prison. She was going to take the initiative to admit her mistake after everything was over. Su Yun's figure soon disappeared. Yang Qi couldn't see him no matter how hard she tried. She was curious about what Su Yun would do, how he would solve it, and how he would prove what he wanted to prove. She was looking forward to what would happen tomorrow morning. She didn't know why, but she had an inexplicable feeling. She hoped that Su Yun could do what he wanted to do. Even if this matter wronged the Hong Kong and Macau police, it didn't matter. Forget it, I'd better rest early. I'll know everything tomorrow. Su Yun returned to Lillian's house as quickly as possible. As expected, the two of them were already impatient from waiting. Lin Ge wanted to go out to look for her several times, but he was forced to stay by Lillian. After all, this black suitcase was not safe to take out, and Lin Ji's hand never let go of the suitcase from beginning to end. Su Yun came back. Lin Ge finally breathed a sigh of relief. As long as Su Yun gained something, they were not far from victory. Yang Qi told me the address. Su Yun said and took out the map drawn by Yang Qi. The map was very detailed. It even marked several points where the prison guards were concentrated. Lin Gu took the simple map with a smile and said, I told you she would help you. Chapter 2355. Su Yun, I'll go check out the situation tonight. I promised Yang Qi that I would only warn the Hong Kong and Macau police to let them know how vulnerable their defense is. Then are you going alone? Isn't it very dangerous? Lillian said, How about I go with you? This way, we can take care of each other. I can do it. If I have to go, I'll go. If you go, won't you be a hindrance? Lin Gu smiled. That kind of place may be nothing to us, but it's definitely a forbidden area for you. If you're found to be intentionally approaching, the guards have the right to shoot directly. You can't escape. When Lillian heard that it was so dangerous, she didn't dare to let Su Yun go easily. Then aren't you the same? They have guns, what do you have? Brother, Lillian is so worried about you. You don't have to go. Since we just need to give them a warning tonight, I can handle it myself. Lin Gu smiled. If we really want to save people, it's not too late for us to go together. Su Yun thought about it. It was indeed so. He just wanted to give the other party a show of strength. He didn't intend to do anything more. Moreover, Lin Gu was eager to try. He couldn't sit still anymore. If you go, don't use too much force. Don't kill people. If you cause trouble, then this matter will be unreasonable. Su Yun, let them see what we're capable of. Let them know that the sky I can easily penetrate the defense of their special prison. Lin Gu stood at attention and said, Yes, I promise to complete the mission. Don't worry, I'll definitely teach them a lesson. With that said, Lin Gu dug into his pocket. There were only 2 coins left. It was late now, and there was probably no place to exchange coins. He took a coin and asked Lillian, Do you have this thing? Lend me some. Lillian went straight to the bedroom and took out the golden pig that stored the change. She opened the money outlet on the pig's stomach and poured a pile of coins on the table. Is this enough? It's enough. I don't need so much. If you bring it along, your pants will definitely be ripped off. Lin Gu found 2 sheets of A4 paper and rolled the coins into 3 groups of 30 each. This way, it would be easier to carry them around, and they would be counted. 90 coins was definitely enough for Lin Gu. Although there were over 100 guards in the secret prison, Lin Gu couldn't possibly put all of them down. He had to leave some people behind to operate. Otherwise, if something really happened, no one would be able to work. Take care of the perimeter guards and leave something for them in the prison, Su Yun said. Then, retreat quickly. Don't get caught up in the battle. Do you understand? Don't worry, brother. I'm good at this. We just want to play with them. I'm just afraid that they can't afford it. Lin Gu put the rolled coins in his pocket and got up. I'll be back soon. You don't have to wait for me. Wash up and go to sleep first. After Lin Gu left, Su Yun and Lillian sat on the sofa. Neither of them wanted to sleep. Su Yun really couldn't sleep. There were so many things to deal with. Lillian couldn't sleep even more. She couldn't do anything about the trouble that Su Yun was facing. Lillian, who couldn't help at all, couldn't sit still. She really hoped that she could help Su Yun. If she could help Su Yun, she would do anything. Lillian, go rest early. I'll wait for him for a while. Su Yun, you don't have to worry too much about us. Adjust your state and find a normal 9-to-5 job. As for the orphanage, don't worry. I'll continue to fund it. Lillian couldn't repay him. She really couldn't repay him. The help that Su Yun gave her and the children in the orphanage was something that Lillian could never repay in her life. Therefore, Lillian wouldn't say thank you because it was meaningless to her. She just hoped that she could have a chance to repay Su Yun for everything that he had done. However, any trouble that Su Yun encountered was something that she could not solve at all. That was why she felt that she was particularly useless and was particularly vexed. Su Yun, do you want me? Lillian suddenly said. All the men who stand in front of me and watch me dance want to take me to bed. What about you? Do you want me? If I say I don't want to, Will you believe me? Su Yun, not to mention others, even Su Yun himself didn't believe it. Who didn't want to? If he didn't want to, he wasn't a man at all. He wanted to, but Su Yun knew that he couldn't do that. If you want, I'll give it to you now. Lillian said, I really can't think of anything to repay you. Only in this way can I feel at ease. If you really want to repay me, then don't do this. If you do, I can't feel at ease. Su Yun didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I'm a person with low self-control. You'd better not provoke me. Lillian smiled. She knew what Su Yun meant. Okay, I'm going to sleep. The sofa outside is enough for the two of you. You can wait for him. You've already helped me quit my job. I really have to find a new job as soon as possible tomorrow. Su Yun just smiled. Lillian changed her job and should have a new beginning. In fact, she should have her own life long ago, but she tied herself to the orphanage. That's why she was so tired. If she could have her own life, find a boyfriend, have her own world, get married, have children, and take care of children. That's the new life she should have. Lin Gu arrived at the Salt Pan district. According to the map, he quickly found the location of the secret prison. In fact, this place was much closer to the mainland. They just needed to cross a road to reach Shenguang City. So if Su Yun wanted to take Chong Mo away, it would be too easy. As long as they get Chong Mo out of the prison, they can go straight to the mainland. Lin Gu really didn't understand what the other party was thinking. Wasn't this creating an advantageous situation for them? If they didn't seize this opportunity, then they would be too stupid. If Lin Gu was Director Liu, he would definitely lock Chong Mo in the southern region. At least this way, Chong Mo wouldn't be so close to the mainland. In fact, LV Huarong was more thorough than them. He did not believe that Su Yun would do anything overboard. The reason why he locked Chong Mo up so close to the mainland was to prevent Tian Yen and the others from escaping by jumping off the plane. This was equivalent to giving Su Yun and the others a good start. Lin Gu carefully approached the secret prison. The surveillance in this place was very tight. When he was still 2 kilometers away from the prison, Lin Gu found hidden surveillance equipment. He needed to avoid all of these surveillance equipment to get close to the prison. These surveillance equipment rotated 360 degrees. So if he wanted to avoid all of them, he had to calculate the time difference. Otherwise, it would be easy to be exposed. Lin Gu couldn't destroy this thing. If he did, the people inside would immediately know that something had happened outside. It would be very troublesome to do it. If they directly came to snatch people, it would be much easier than this. It was just that this show of strength had to be done quietly, which was really difficult. After avoiding the surveillance equipment and getting close to the prison, there were 2 teams of 3 patrolling outside the prison. These 2 teams seemed to be constantly patrolling outside the prison. Now that it was already so late, they didn't seem to want to stop and rest. When can we change our working hours? A team complained as they walked past Lin Ge's hiding area. Working for 12 hours and resting for 12 hours is really too tiring. My schedule is very chaotic now. Okay, stop complaining. At least we have a shift every 10 days. Every month, we have 10 days of rest. Another person said, it's better than working without weekends. The third person sighed helplessly. Now that we all respect the labor law, there aren't many jobs without weekends. What kind of jobs have 8 days of rest every month? We only have 10 days. It's just 2 extra days. Okay, stop complaining. If the leaders hear you, they will scold you again. Patrol well. After today, you can rest again. Everyone knows that this place is not to be trifled with. Who dares to cause trouble? There's really no need to patrol at night. Sigh, I really don't know what the leaders are thinking. The few people complained as they walked away. Chapter 2356. This kind of work was indeed very tiring. That was to say, this person went to work at 6 o'clock in the evening and had to patrol until 6 o'clock the next morning. It was already past 1 o'clock in the morning, and these guys had worked for 7 hours. Although this was just a round trip, and it didn't seem to be too much work intensity, it was a great test of people's patience. Without a certain level of patience, it was impossible for people to persist in their work for such a long time. From the conversation of these people, it could be heard that they had no patience. They had had enough of such a boring night. Now they were just dealing with work. They could rest until tomorrow morning to welcome their 10 days of rest. This was the time when people's attention was the most relaxed. After about 15 minutes, the second team had also patrolled this side, and these 3 people seemed to be lazier than the first 3. They didn't even bother to talk along the way, and just kept yawning. Lin Gu took out 3 coins from his pocket. With a whoosh, the 3 coins flew out at the same time and hit the back of the 3 people's necks. The 3 people didn't even have the chance to say a word before they fell to the ground directly. LV Huarong almost didn't sleep all night because of Su Yun's matter. He finally fell asleep in the early morning. However, he was woken up by a phone call less than an hour after he fell asleep. It was only 6 o'clock now. If there wasn't something important and urgent, no one would call to disturb him. When LV Huarong finished listening to the phone call, his whole body stiffened. The moment he hung up the phone, he almost threw it out fiercely. How dare they? They were really too daring. They dared to sneak into the prison. LV Huarong was instantly awake. After washing his face, he didn't even have time to shave before he got up and left. He rushed to the secret prison in the Yantian district immediately. At this time, the person in charge of the prison and the leaders of the various departments of the police station arrived at the scene. In one night, 63 people in and out of the prison were sneak attacked, and all of them were unconscious on the spot. If it wasn't for the 6 o'clock shift that morning, the people in the prison who weren't sneak attacked wouldn't even know that such a big thing had happened. The person in charge who was on duty last night stood in front of LV Huarong, trembling in fear. He knew that he had seriously neglected his duty this time. This was because LV Huarong had clearly told him that he had to be more vigilant and careful these few days. He had already instructed all his subordinates, but in the end, something still happened. What clues do you have? Although LV Huarong was full of anger, he still asked calmly on the surface. A coin was found next to everyone who was ambushed. The person on duty replied cautiously. Everyone felt a numbness at the back of their necks, and then they lost consciousness. This is really unbelievable. Someone brought all 63 coins to LV Huarong. LV Huarong looked at the coins in shock. He was too shocked. You can knock someone unconscious with a coin. Where is he? Where are the prisoners in the prison? Did anything go wrong? This was what LV Huarong was most concerned about. The most important thing was Chongmo. No, none of the prisoners had any problems, and we didn't hear anything strange. Then, Director Liu, on the table in my office. I also found a note like this. The person on duty stuttered. LV Huarong took the note and looked at it. There were 6 arrogant words written on it. No man's land. LV Huarong could no longer suppress the anger in his heart. He threw the note directly at the person on duty's face. The person on duty quickly lowered his head in fear. He knew that he was in big trouble this time. What did you do last night? LV Huarong scolded angrily. Someone snuck into your office, and you didn't notice anything. What did you do when you were on duty? The person on duty didn't dare to say anything. He just let LV Huarong roar at him. He had a dinner party before he came to work last night, and he drank too many glasses of wine. Therefore, his mental state wasn't very good last night, and he fell asleep before 11 o'clock. According to those who were attacked, they were all attacked after 1 o'clock in the morning. They didn't have any memory of it, and only felt the numbness at the back of their neck. They didn't remember anything else. Moreover, everyone was woken up this morning. When they woke up, they didn't know that they had been lying on the ground for a few hours. Damn it! LV Huarong grabbed a handful of coins. It was just a coin, but it could make people sleep for a few hours. At this time, LV Huarong realized that 2 of the coins weren't Hong Kong dollars, but Chinese yuan. Hiss! LV Huarong took a deep breath. This was obviously done by Su Yun and his men. That's right, it must be them. Because they didn't hurt anyone, and there were Chinese yuan coins among the money. Su Yun wanted to show him who was the boss. He wanted to use this method to tell him that his prison meant nothing to them. That meant that it meant nothing to Heaven's Eyes. If Heaven's Eyes came, then these people wouldn't just be unconscious. If Heaven's Eyes came to break the prison, then these people would probably be corpses. Just thinking about the result made LV Huarong break out in a cold sweat. If such a big accident happened, he might not be able to keep his position. These experts are really unfathomable. They are really too powerful. It's inconceivable. Director Liu, I think this matter must be a warning to us, so the other party didn't really hurt anyone. The head of the criminal investigation team came forward and said, "Do I need you to say that?" LV Huarong said, "What you have to do is to find the person according to the clues. See where the person who did this went. Don't tell me this kind of thing that can be understood at a glance. I'm not a fool. I know that this matter must be done by Su Yun." The people of the criminal investigation team quickly retreated. If they knew, they wouldn't have opened their mouths to be scolded. It was too difficult for them to find the person. The people of the criminal investigation team almost investigated the entire area in detail, and they couldn't find any clues left by the other party. Naturally, they didn't know where the other party went. Director, I think this is quite unexpected. If Su Yun did it, how could they know the location of the prison in such a short time? Someone raised doubts. Even if they wanted to find this secret prison, I'm afraid it would take time. LV Huarong snorted. I asked you to monitor Yang Qi's phone 24 hours a day. Didn't you find anything unusual? This is really nothing. After Su Yun left, he didn't contact Yang Qi. He didn't even contact Li Guang, so it's impossible for them to tell Su Yun the location of the prison. Moreover, Li Guang didn't know about this prison at all. LV Huarong didn't believe it. Could it be that this Su Yun was a god? Could he know whatever he wanted to know? What a joke. The impenetrable secret prison was actually found by Su Yun so easily, and it was even broken into by Su Yun so easily. A bunch of useless idiots. Write me a report. LV Huarong glared fiercely at the leaders of the secret prison, then turned and left. His mind was in a mess. Although he didn't want to admit it, he had to admit that Su Yun really taught him a good lesson. He knew what was troublesome. This was troublesome. And it was very, very troublesome. If they couldn't defend against Su Yun, they couldn't defend against the people from Heaven's Eye. If they couldn't defend against the people from Heaven's Eye, it meant that it wasn't safe for Changma to stay here. Su Yun, you actually used such a method to warn me. LV Huarong walked out of the prison and got into the car, slamming the car door. Director LV, what should we do next? The person in charge of the criminal investigation team quickly chased after him. This was a problem that he couldn't solve with his ability. He had to ask clearly to avoid being scolded again. What can we do? Do you think I can count on you guys to catch him? LV Huarong was furious. He wanted to get in touch with Su Yun immediately. He wanted to see Su Yun. Get someone to inform Li Guang and Yang Qi to wait for me in my office. Immediately. Yes. Chapter 2357. When Li Guang and Yang Qi received the notice, they knew that something had happened. Li Guang didn't expect Su Yun to act so quickly. Yang Qi was surprised, but he also felt lucky for Su Yun. When the two of them arrived at LV Huarong's office and listened to LV Huarong's story, their faces were filled with disbelief. 63 coins had knocked out 63 prison guards in one night. This was too exaggerated. Director Liu, 63 people. Su Yun and the others only have 2 people. Do you think they can do it? Li Guang wanted to help Su Yun. If it wasn't them, who else could it be? Could it be Sky's Eye? If it was Sky's Eye, these 63 people would be dead by now. LV Huarong said. Sky's Eye's people wouldn't leave a provocative note. This was what Su Yun wanted to tell me. What was it about entering a realm where no one could stop me? He said our prison isn't good enough. It's not safe enough. Yang Qi asked tentatively, Director Liu, so many people didn't notice them? Did they do it so cleanly? Not a single person noticed them. The note was thrown directly into the office of the leader on duty. LV Huarong was angry. Do you have any way to contact Su Yun now? I have to arrest him immediately. I can't let them do whatever they want. Li Guang said, Director Liu, if so many people didn't even see their shadows, doesn't that mean we have a loophole? Yes. Yang Qi said, Director Liu, you also know that if it was Heaven's Eye that came yesterday, then it wouldn't have been just 63 people who were knocked unconscious. It might have been 63 lives, or even more. And that Chong Mo might have already been rescued. Li Guang took a deep breath. If I were Sky's Eye's people, I would have let all the other criminals go after rescuing my companions. That would have caused chaos in Hong Kong and Macau. It would have distracted the police's attention and resources. It would have been easier for me to escape. Li Guang and Yang Qi looked at each other. If that's the case, I'm afraid things will really get out of hand. How could LV Huarong not know about these dangers? But for the sake of his reputation, he couldn't admit defeat, right? Admit that the entire Hong Kong and Macau police force is not as good as Su Yun? Then where would he put his face as the department head? Director Liu, to be honest, you should really think about it. Li Guang said, Su Yun's suggestion is something we should consider. Chongmo staying in Hong Kong and Macau is indeed dangerous and troublesome. LV Huarong was silent for a moment and looked at Li Guang. But this is a matter in Hong Kong and Macau. I can't just push the responsibility to the mainland, right? Could it be that once a person reached the continent, they would be safe? Would there be no danger on the continent? Isn't it the same? Listen to me, I also think that this matter is beyond what Hong Kong and Macau can handle. Yang Qi said, if Su Yun takes them away, they will definitely have people like Su Yun to watch over them. That way, the level of safety will be much higher than Hong Kong and Macau. But, this matter, isn't it a matter in Hong Kong and Macau? LV Huarong said. He couldn't accept this. After all, this matter had always been under the supervision of the Hong Kong and Macau police force. At the final stage, they had to hand it over to someone else to deal with it. Li Guang said, everyone knows that this matter is something that the Hong Kong and Macau police force has been working hard on. Everyone knows about your contribution. I don't care about that. LV Huarong waved his hand. I just don't want to accept that this matter was not completed by the Hong Kong and Macau police force. That feeling of giving up halfway, I can't accept it. You didn't give up halfway. Instead, you passed the matter to Su Yun to deal with it better. Yang Qi said, I don't think this is giving up halfway. It's a wise move. I believe everyone will think so. Li Guang also nodded, expressing his support for Yang Qi's opinion. However, there was still a knot in LV Huarong's heart that could not be untied. So, I was humiliated by Su Yun? His show of strength really made me. He definitely didn't mean any harm. I know Su Yun, Yang Qi said. Yang Qi said, he had no other choice. Although the 4 people from Skies I jumped out of the plane to survive, with the parachutes, they won't have any problems. They will definitely come back in a short time. So Su Yun really didn't have time, that's why he came up with this plan. LV Huarong was startled. He looked up at Yang Qi and said, Yang Qi, let me ask you a question. Answer me truthfully. Yang Qi was startled, then nodded. Please ask. Did you tell Su Yun the address of the secret prison in Yantian district? LV Huarong said, I know. Li Guang doesn't know the location of the prison at all, and among Su Yun's acquaintances, you are the only one who knows the location of the prison. Yang Qi was silent for a while, and finally decided to admit it. She nodded. Yes, I told him. Originally, even if you didn't ask, I would have admitted it myself after the matter was over. This is my mistake, and I will accept any punishment from the organization. Don't blame everything on yourself. This was actually my idea. I was the one who told Su Yun that Yang Qi knew the location of the prison. I was also the one who told Su Yun Yang Qi's address. Otherwise, Su Yun wouldn't have been able to find her. Li Guang also sold himself out. I will take all the punishment. LV Huarong shook his head helplessly. You guys really would rather believe him more than believe me. We didn't mean that. Li Guang said, we really thought about Hong Kong and Macau. Yang Qi said nothing. No matter what the punishment was, she was willing to take all the punishment. Sigh, what you guys did made me feel that I was too dictatorial. LV Huarong said, I will now hold a meeting to listen to everyone's opinions. Of course, the two of you should first tell me your thoughts, and I will see what everyone thinks about this matter. LV Huarong had already realized that he was too confident. The Hong Kong and Macau police were indeed limited in their strength. The enemy's sky was probably not a problem that their ordinary department could solve. The secretary quickly arranged a meeting room, and the leaders of the various departments were also informed to attend the meeting. LV Huarong rationally analyzed his current situation. Then, he asked Yang Qi and Li Guang to present their respective viewpoints on the table so that everyone could analyze it. At least 3/4 of the people thought that Yang Qi and Li Guang's words made sense. They felt that such a dangerous person should not be kept in Hong Kong and Macau. Of course, there were a small number of stubborn people who thought that this matter should be solved by the Hong Kong and Macau police themselves. The whole discussion ended quickly. 70% to 80% of the people supported Su Yun to take Chong Mo away. Only 20% of the people thought that Chong Mo should be kept. At most, they would increase the number of police officers guarding Chong Mo, or let him be locked up more secretly. In short, everyone had their own reasons. Neither side could convince the other side wholeheartedly. In the end, the decision fell on LV Huarong. LV Huarong had an answer in his heart. Yang Qi, help me make an appointment with Su Yun. I want to see him. But Yang Qi was in a difficult position. She did not know if Su Yun would agree. LV Huarong said, I just want him to give me a final reason to convince me. Okay. Yang Qi said, I will try my best to do this. No need to make an appointment. I will take you to see him directly. Li Guang said. He could see LV Huarong's current state of mind. LV Huarong already wanted to compromise, but there was no reason for him to do so. LV Huarong nodded. Okay, then take me to see him now. That's not very good. Will it be dangerous for you to go alone? Someone put forward a different opinion. If it was dangerous, I wouldn't have survived the first time he kidnapped me. LV Huarong was still very open-minded. He quickly left with Li Guang and Yang Qi. Li Guang did not give Su Yun any notice in advance, so Su Yun still did not know anything. Lillian made a very rich breakfast before waking him and Lin Gu up. The two of them must be uncomfortable sleeping on the sofa, and they went to bed very late at night. So when she woke up, she tried not to disturb them. Chapter 2358. When breakfast was ready, Lillian woke up Su Yun and Lin Gu. The two of them stretched and were immediately attracted by the fragrance. Lin Gu was so active last night that he was already hungry. He rushed directly to the kitchen when he smelled the fragrance. He didn't even wash his face. Go wash up first. You can't just eat like this, right? Lillian said, look at your messy hair, you look like a little lunatic. Go wash up quickly. It'll be ugly if someone sees you. What kind of people would come here? Lin Gu yawned. Let me have a bite. I'll go wash up after a bite. Sister, I'm so hungry that my chest is sticking to my back. I was so hungry last night that I couldn't sleep. Then why didn't you get anything to eat when you came back yesterday? Lillian said, I think you're still not hungry enough. You're just too lazy to move. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so hungry. Lin Gu felt wronged. This is your house. How can I go into the fridge? If I wasn't so reserved, I wouldn't be so hungry. You can really find excuses for yourself. Hurry up and go wash up. Su Yun, why are you so useless? You can't even hold it in for a while. Sometimes, this person's words were true. Lillian said, in case someone comes. And it really happened. When the doorbell rang, the three of them were stunned. Only Li Guang could come to their house at this time, right? But when they opened the door, it wasn't so. 3 people came directly. What Su Yun and Lin Ge didn't expect was that Li Guang and Yang Qi actually brought LV Huarong. For a while, the atmosphere was a little awkward. Lillian also noticed that something was wrong. She put down the bowl and chopsticks in her hand and fell silent. LV Huarong knew that the awkwardness was brought about by him. In order to break the awkwardness, he deliberately made himself look more amiable. He looked at the rich breakfast with a smile and said, "What you did last night made me wake up early in the morning to go to work. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm a little hungry too. Can you treat me to breakfast as well?" Of course not. Lillian didn't even wait for Su Yun and Lin Ge to speak, and directly helped them to refuse. This guy was someone who made things difficult for Su Yun, so she wouldn't invite him to eat. No matter how big of a leader he was, it was impossible. LV Huarong was stunned. This was a rejection that he hadn't heard in a long time. To be honest, this kind of rejection made him very embarrassed. After all, he was the dignified chief of the police department. It was not right for him to not give face. "Miss, which unit are you from? Do you know that these 2 people are being arrested by the police? If you leave them here, you will be implicated," LV Huarong said. Lillian snorted, "Sorry, I just fired my boss yesterday, so I'm unemployed now. If you want to use your power to teach me a lesson, I'm afraid you found the wrong person. Besides, I'm an orphan. I don't have any relatives who can be threatened by you." "I don't mean to threaten you," LV Huarong said. "It's just a joke. Don't misunderstand, so it won't be awkward." Lin Ge was hungry and wanted to eat quickly. This LV Huarong came and delayed him. "If you have something to say, just say it. Don't delay my breakfast. You want to find the person who caused you trouble last night, right?" "I'm that person. Don't harass my brother. If there's anything, I'll go back and talk to you." LV Huarong was startled. "You?" "I deliberately left those coins. If you don't believe me, you can check the fingerprints and see if they are all mine." Lin Ge said, "Do you think my brother needs to come forward for such a small matter? If my brother came forward, he would have already taken you out of prison." LV Huarong took a deep breath. Just one person, and he did such a big thing. If Su Yun and Lin Ge were to join in, wouldn't they? "Director Lu came here to have a good talk with you. You 2 must not misunderstand." Yang Qi quickly broke the awkwardness. The atmosphere just now was not very good. Li Guang also nodded at Su Yun, meaning to tell Su Yun that LV Huarong already understood. "I know what Director Lu wants. It's just an answer that will let you make a decision, right?" Su Yun smiled. "Pigeon, let Director Lu have a look." Lin Ge took out the 63 strands of hair he cut yesterday and put them on the table. "This is the hair of the 63 people from yesterday. If you don't believe me, you can use it to do a test." Lin Ge said, "I just cut off a bunch of their hair. If people from heaven's eye came, I'm afraid they would have cut off their heads." This was indeed shocking, and LV Huarong was completely speechless. After a moment of silence, LV Huarong opened his mouth and said, "Su Yun, I believe that you can withstand the heaven's eye. You can ask me for that person at any time and I'll bring you to the prison. You can take that person away and bring him to the continent. Ebola also hopes that you can deliver him safely." When LV Huarong said this, Su Yun could not believe his ears. No wonder Li Guang and Yang Qi dared to bring him here. It turned out that LV Huarong's awareness was so high. "Boss, I heard you say that you're hungry? Come. Let's go eat something." Lin Ji's attitude changed immediately. It would have been better if he had done this earlier. It would have saved him so much trouble. LV Huarong said embarrassedly, "I was too confident before. I thought that my prison was impregnable and could withstand any situation. It was you who showed me what it means to say that there is always someone better than you. Su-yun thought that if there was an impregnable prison in the world, it would be that place. He believed that he could break into any other prison. Come and eat something. You guys haven't eaten yet, right? What do you want to eat? I'll make some for you. Lillian's mood improved. Since this person was not here to capture Su-yun, he was a friend. LV Hwarong did not stand on ceremony. If he did, it would make him seem like an outsider. The meal was delicious. It's really delicious. Very good. How should I address you? I'm Lillian. Lillian smiled. As long as the boss likes it. Miss Lillian, do you really not have a job? LV Hwarong said, if you really don't have a job, would you be willing to work in the police's kitchen? The pay is not high, but it's not bad. If the police had a chef as good as you, everyone would be motivated and work even harder. Lillian was stunned. Boss, you're not joking, right? If you say that, I'll really take it seriously. Of course I'm not joking. LV Hwarong said, what I said is true. With your skills, you can definitely be a chef. The salary will definitely not be low. Moreover, if you work hard, you will get a bonus as long as everyone likes to eat your dishes. Of course, Lillian would not refuse such a good thing. I'm willing. I'm definitely willing. Director Liu, thank you. Su-yun smiled. Thank you for helping her. It's not easy for Lillian. She's an orphan. Until now, she has been silently working for the 9 Dragon City orphanage that raised her. I'm really grateful that you're willing to give her such a job. When LV Hwarong heard Lillian's identity, he understood even more. If I say that I'm also an orphan, would you believe me? Everyone present was stunned. They looked at Director Liu in disbelief. Director Liu smiled. What I said is the truth. Today's matter is decided. If Miss Lillian has time in the afternoon, go to the police station and report. I'll call them and let them arrange it. Lillian did not know what to say. She could only make a few more dishes for everyone to share. This was probably the most lively and happy breakfast Lillian had ever eaten in all the years since she left the orphanage. Although the house was a little small, the table was a little small, and there were so many people, no one felt crowded. Lin Gur and Yang Qi were also very happy to eat while standing. The matter was finally resolved. Su-yun's heart could finally relax. However, there was no time to lose. He decided to take Chong Mo and leave Hong Kong and Macau today. Once the matter was completed, it meant that they had to part ways. Although everyone was a little reluctant, they could understand. No one would show their sadness on their faces. Instead, they encouraged each other. Chapter 2359. Although the mission to Hong Kong and Macau this time did not meet Su-yun's highest requirements, it could still be considered a perfect ending. Arbola was confirmed to be safe, and Chong Ma was also under control. Although the 4 people who escaped from Skies I posed a huge threat, for now, Wan Guangxiao should be satisfied with Su-yun, and the Hong Kong and Macau police could be said to be very, very satisfied. Due to time constraints and safety concerns, Su-yun did not stay for too long, nor did he waste too much time on saying goodbye. Under LV Hwarong's lead, he and Lin Gu went directly to the secret prison in the Yantian district. Yang Qi and Li Guang did not follow them. Lillian just walked them out of the room. She did not want to spend too much time saying goodbye. She did not know if Su-yun would still think of her in the future. She just needed to remember Su-yun. Yang Qi also thought that it was better to get the pain over with. Since Su-yun was going to leave, she would let this experience go with the wind. She wanted to forget everything that had happened before. She wanted to clearly tell herself that she and Su-yun were only partners once. They were just passers-by in each other's lives. Of course, she would not forget this passer-by in her life. What happened between them would always be a secret between the two of them, and no one else would ever know. Yang Qi knew that this incident had a huge impact on her, and even more so on the path she would take in the future. She did not hate Su Yun. In fact, she was grateful to Su Yun for giving her moral support under such circumstances. It could be said that if it were not for Su Yun, Yang Qi would not have persevered until now. She would not be so mentally strong. Therefore, all of this was the greatest spiritual wealth that Su Yun had given her. Li Guang had nothing much to say. Now, all he needed to do was wait for the hospital to give him a certificate so that he could complete the handover at the Hong Kong and Macau police station as soon as possible. Then, he could return to his hometown and return to China. Li Guang said that he would not see Su Yun off. When he returned to China and made the necessary arrangements, he would contact Su Yun. He was welcome to visit him at any time. After arriving at the prison, LV Huarong brought Su Yun and Lin Gu directly to the cell where Chong Mo was being held. It was an extremely hidden basement, and it was completely dark. Other than the daily necessities and a lamp, there was nothing else. Chong Mo was lying on his side on the bed, facing the inner wall. Even when he heard the footsteps outside, he did not react. She was still wearing her own clothes and had not changed out of her prison uniform. She was so quiet that it was as if she had fallen asleep. However, Chong Mo didn't fall asleep. She hadn't really slept for a minute since she came here. She hated everything here, but she had no choice but to accept everything. In this dark place, she had no concept of time. She only felt that each day was like a year, as if she had been here for a very, very long time. That kind of feeling would indeed drive her crazy. Crazy. He was truly crazy. LV Huarong motioned for the prison staff to open the cell door. Since Su Yun and Lin Gu were present, they had nothing to worry about. Chong Mo, you can come with me. You can come with me now. Su Yun said indifferently, follow me back to the continent. Everything can wait until we get back. Chong Mo completely ignored Su Yun's words and remained silent. My brother is talking to you. Lin Gu said, don't be so ungrateful. When we get back to the continent, your treatment will definitely be better than in this place. Hurry up and leave. Treatment. They were all in prison, so what was there to choose? Once a person lost their freedom, they would realize that the most luxurious things in the world were not only water, air, or sunlight. There was also freedom. If a person didn't even have freedom, then it was a feeling worse than death. She felt like she was a walking corpse, and losing her freedom meant losing everything. I know you're in a bad mood right now, but you'll slowly get used to it. Su Yun said, we don't have much time left. Let's go. Chong Mo harumphed. Why should I go with you? Why should I do whatever you say? Su Yun, you can't threaten me now. My brothers have already escaped from their predicament. Why should I let you make arrangements for me? Su Yun said, because you have no choice. Why can't I have a choice? You can imprison my body, but you can't imprison my thoughts. I will do whatever I want, and I won't listen to anyone. Chong Mo said, I won't be brought anywhere by you like a puppet. Chong Mo was very clear that if she went to the continent, her situation would be even worse. She knew that the four of them wouldn't abandon her. She was locked up in this prison in Hong Kong and Macau. The four of them could still find this place and rescue her. However, if she went to the continent, then it would be much more difficult for the four of them to rescue her. The stubborn Chong Mo had learned to think for others, so she didn't want to leave. If she left, then it would bring more danger to the four of them. Your resistance is meaningless, Su Yun said. I won't be manipulated by you. If you want to bring me to another place, then just kill me and take my corpse with you. Chong Mo said, if you want me to obey, then wait until your next life. Lin Gu cracked his knuckles. I think you want to do this the hard way, don't you? Do you really think we can't deal with you? Let me tell you, you're only so arrogant because my brother doesn't hit women. If you were a man, I promise I'd beat you to death. Chong Mo sneered, if you have the guts, then kill me. Don't think I don't know what you're thinking. I won't do as you say. Do it. Su Yun threw down a sentence and turned to leave the door of the cell. LV Huarong was stunned. He saw Lin Ge enter the prison and lock Chong Mo's shoulders from behind. He twisted the joints, and Chong Mo couldn't help but stand up in pain. "Didn't you say you won't leave? Then I'll help you leave." Lin Ge said, "You're really someone who refuses a toast only to be forced to drink a forfeit. I don't need you to teach me what kind of person I am." Although Chong Mo gritted her teeth, the joints in her body could not be reversed. She could only be forcefully escorted out of the prison cell by Lin Ge and followed closely behind Su Yun. Su Yun didn't look back as he walked. "You haven't seen the sun for a long time. It's time for you to see the sun." "You don't have to worry," Chong Mo said. "I'll accept my fate. I don't need you to criticize me." Once Lin Ge exerted a little force, Chong Mo reluctantly shut his mouth. He had already fallen into the hands of others. What else could he do? All he could do was say things that would make Su Yun unhappy. "It's better not to do meaningless things," Su Yun said and quickened his pace. LV Huarong followed behind them and persuaded, "Don't make trouble for yourself. I believe your companions won't dare to go to the mainland to save you. If you want to stay in Hong Kong and Macau, I won't keep you. Sorry, I can't afford to keep you." Chong Mo glared at LV Huarong and said, "Coward. Who are you calling a coward?" LV Huarong was a little anxious. "You can't even solve the problem in Hong Kong and Macau. You still have to ask for help from the mainland." Chong Mo said, "That's fine. Now you don't even dare to lock me up here. Are you afraid of death? Hee hee. Let me tell you, even if I'm taken to the mainland, my problem is related to you. Our people in heavens, I will find you and punish you." "Shut up," LV Huarong scolded impatiently. Lin Ge shook his head helplessly and said to Chong Mo, "Stop talking. You'll suffer less and get scolded less. You only know how to bully women. What kind of man are you?" Chong Mo threw another sentence at Lin Ge. Lin Ge was unhappy. "Even if I'm not a man, I'm still better than the men in heaven's eye. The men in heavens I don't deserve to be called men. No, they don't deserve to be called men." Chong Mo, who didn't gain anything from the argument, glared at Lin Ge and ignored Lin Ge. Her mind was filled with thoughts of escaping. But there were so many prison guards here, and there were also two masters, Su Yun and Lin Ge. How could she escape? Chapter 2360. Along the way, they did not give Chong Mo any chances at all. Su Yun and Lin Ge had already seen through Chong Mo's intentions, so Lin Ge was very careful with her. LV Huarong and the rest were also instructed by Su Yun to stay as far away from Chong Mo as possible. Chong Mo was directly brought into an explosion-proof escort vehicle that was armed to the tires. This was specially prepared by LV Huarong. He arranged for 2 people and asked the Hong Kong and Macau police to personally send them to Beijing. Firstly, this was for safety reasons. Using a small plane at such a long distance would require them to land and refuel halfway. After all, this was a special case. They had encountered an accident when they were flying back from a place so close to Taiwan, so LV Huarong did not dare to do this. It would be troublesome if the people from heavens I came to take revenge and attacked the plane. Secondly, it would be faster if they took the high-speed rail. However, they would have to place Chong Mo among a group of ordinary people. It was hard to say how dangerous it would be. It was better to be safe than sorry. If something happened, he would not be able to bear the consequences. In the end, LV Huarong had no choice but to arrange an explosion-proof escort vehicle that was armed to the tires. The 2 drivers took turns to drive and rushed to Beijing without stopping. With Su Yun and Lin Ge watching over the cabin, Chong Mo's safety was guaranteed. Moreover, even if they encountered external dangers, this explosion-proof escort vehicle would not have any problems. Unless it was blown away by a missile, it would not be damaged at all under normal circumstances. This vehicle was just that sturdy. Su Yun was also very satisfied with LV Huarong's arrangement. This was indeed the safest way to escort Chong Mo. Although it would take a longer time, it was the most flexible way. It could concentrate the danger on the ground, on Su Yun and Lin Ge. This way, It would be more convenient for the two of them to deal with these dangers and troubles. Of course, LV Huarong also had a small selfish motive. This explosion-proof escort vehicle belonged to the Hong Kong and Macau police. If it sent them all back, it would also show the mainland and Beijing that the Hong Kong and Macau police did their best to cooperate in the matter of Heaven's Eye and Ebola. That way, LV Huarong wouldn't think that they had done nothing in the end. He had to at least perform to show the ability of the Hong Kong and Macau police. Director Lu's arrangements are too thorough. With this arrangement alone, I can guarantee that our Bola and Chong Ma will be safely brought to Beijing. Su Yun, don't worry, Director Lu. I will remember the full cooperation of the Hong Kong and Macau police. Thank you. LV Huarong held Su Yun's hand. Su Yun, it's all thanks to you this time. This is all I can do. The rest is up to you. Just leave the rest to me. Su Yun, Director Lu, I believe that Sky's Eyes people will come to Hong Kong and Macau to inquire about the situation. If they threaten the safety of any Hong Kong or Macau police officers, you can tell them that I took Sky's Eye away. LV Huarong was startled. He did not know what Su Yun meant. Su Yun was really confident that Sky's Eye would not dare to invade Huaxia. If Chong Ma was brought to Beijing, they would not dare to make a move to save him because the concept was different from doing things in Hong Kong and Macau. Those who believed in Sky's Eye were well aware of the difference. Su Yun did not want the Hong Kong and Macau police to be harmed by Sky's Eye, which was why he said that. I'll keep that in mind. LV Huarong also did not want the Hong Kong and Macau police officers to be injured because of this incident. Right now, their main focus would be on attacking the remaining members of Hong Dong Shi. This was the best time for them to eliminate Hong Dong Shi in one fell swoop. As long as Hong Dong Shi was eliminated, the situation in Hong Kong and Macau would be much quieter. Although there were still various large and small gangs that would not be implicated, there would be more in the future. However, a large-scale gang like Hong Dong Shi that almost unified Hong Kong and Macau would no longer exist. As long as Hong Dong Shi was gone, the remaining Hong Kong and Macau police officers would not have to worry about it. They could take their time and deal with whoever committed the crime. Sooner or later, those people would be convinced. Su Yun and LV Huarong said their final goodbyes. After getting into the car and closing the door, they left Hong Kong and Macau in time. Su Yun left with Arbola and Chong Mo. Things seemed to be going back to normal in Hong Kong and Macau. While the incident this time had affected a lot of people and caused a lot of upheaval, it was not something to be scoffed at. But in the end, everything returned to normal. The eradication of the Hong Dong society was probably LV Huarong's greatest achievement after taking over. However, all of this wasn't over yet. The search on the sea didn't make any progress, and they didn't catch any clues at all. After all, the work on the sea was more difficult than on land, so this wasn't an easy task for them. However, at this time, the 4 people from Sky's Eyes I had already come ashore on Dongsha Islands. They naturally had their own way to survive, and they naturally had their own way to avoid all the trouble. Although they had gone through a lot of hardships, the 4 of them finally came together. When they finally met, the feeling of surviving a disaster was even more impactful. Where's Chong Ma? This was the first question that came to Jie Su's mind. Everyone was here, but Chong Ma was nowhere to be seen. Did none of them run into her? Nian Yi said, she was under Su Yun's control at the time, so she couldn't jump out with us. So, Chong Ma couldn't jump out. Jie Su was stunned. Then hasn't she been taken to Hong Kong and Macau by now? We have to think of a way to save her as soon as possible. We have to save her, but we can't mess up because of this. Kan Kong said, let's find a place to hide first. Jie Su, for the next 2 days, you and I will do our best to help Gu Li and Nian Yi heal their internal injuries. All right. Jie Su nodded. I'll do my best. Fortunately, we're in Dongsha Islands now. I can dive down to catch some abalones and other supplies. It can also help us recuperate. Jie Su was a good swimmer, and he could dive for a long time without oxygen, so there was no need to worry about food. They would probably be able to taste all kinds of marine creatures. We'll try our best to recover our breaths and meridians as soon as possible. Guli said, I'm afraid Chongma's situation isn't optimistic right now. We have to adjust as soon as possible and help her as soon as possible. She's alone now, so the pressure she's under must be greater than any of us. Guli is right. We don't have time to waste. We have to finish what we need to do as soon as possible. Kankong said, even if we don't care about our bola, we can't let Chongma fall into that kind of predicament. If we had thought of this earlier, we wouldn't have put Chongma in such a predicament, Nian Yi said unhappily. If they had known this would happen, they wouldn't have gone too far. They would have lost our bola, but they could have escaped unscathed. Kankong glanced at Nian Yi. We're all worried about Chongma's current situation. Saying such depressing things now won't do us any good. That's not what I meant. I just think that we've put in so much effort, but the result will still be the same in the end. What's the point? Nian Yi said. I never said that I wouldn't take our bola back. I just want to save Chongma first, and then we'll talk about our bola later. Kankong said, Heavens, I has never suffered such a failure before, and I won't allow such a failure to happen to us. That's right. We can't let down father and father's trust in us. Guli said, Nian Yi, calm down. No one wants something like this to happen, but since things have come to this, we can only take one step at a time. I believe that we'll find a way to solve this problem in the end. Nian Yi was indeed disheartened. You guys have such a good mentality. I think it's already hard enough to save Chongma safely, so what's the point of talking about our bola? Forget it, sometimes a loss is a loss. There's nothing we can't admit. As long as things aren't over, we haven't lost. Kankong was very dissatisfied with Nian Yi's attitude. I won't admit defeat, and neither will anyone else. If you think you've lost, then leave this place. We'll take care of the rest. I won't leave before we save Chongma. Nian Yi said, Kankong, you should wake up. We didn't have the upper hand when we fought against that Su Yun. You better wake up and recognize this before you talk to us about how to do things. Otherwise, we'll end up in an even worse state. Chapter 2361. Stop arguing, both of you, Guli said. Guli said, saving Chongma is the first priority. Taking back our bola depends on Chongma's safety. It's that simple. Guli is right. Nian Yi, you need to calm down. Jiesu said, we can't fail. Kankong doesn't want us to go back with failure after saving Chongma. If we can't go back with success, what's the point of us coming here? Nian Yi slowly calmed down. I admit that I was too emotional. I'll calm down. Don't worry. If you're unhappy with me, you can settle it with me when we get back, Kankong said. Stay here and listen to me. Don't act rashly. We need to avoid the mistake I made last time. We shouldn't have let Chongma go alone. If we don't go alone, the chances of us getting caught are slim. That's right. As long as the four of us move together, they'll be wary of us. Jiesu said seriously. Guli agreed. We need to keep the four of us in each other's sight at all times. That way, no matter how capable they are, they won't be able to take us all down. There are only two people who are a threat. The practitioner of the flying Sarutobi fist isn't with them. Our chances of winning are very high. Although the kid with Su Yun isn't bad, he's definitely not better than the practitioner of the flying Sarutobi fist. Jiesu said, I'm confident that I can take him on alone. Kankong hinted that there was no point in discussing the details of the battle plan. Let's recuperate first and think of a way to get to Hong Kong and Macau. That's our priority now. The armed explosion-proof escort vehicle was completely sealed off. Other than the two shooting holes, there was no way to see the outside. Hua Xia was a very mysterious and legendary place to Chongma. It was a place she yearned to go. However, her father didn't allow her to come. He didn't allow her to get close to the mainland. He said that Hua Xia was a very dangerous place for Sky's Eye. Without his orders, no matter who it was, no one was allowed to come to the Huaxia continent to cause trouble. This was a warning and also a piece of advice. Hence, Huaxia became the place Chang Mo yearned for the most. This was the place where she left the life of an ordinary person. It was also the place where her fate changed. She had always longed to return to this land. There was no other reason than her longing. She would never have imagined that her first return to Huaxia would be like this. She didn't even have the mood to look at the outside world. Drink some water. Su Yun passed a bottle of mineral water to Chang Mo. There's still a distance of 2,300 to 400 kilometers from here to Beijing. It'll take 25 hours if you drive normally. If you don't eat or drink, I'm afraid you won't be able to make it. Chang Mo ignored Su Yun's good intentions. She really wasn't thirsty and wasn't in the mood. It's fine if you don't want to drink it. You don't have to go to the bathroom this way. We'll have less trouble. Lin Gu said, anyway, we'll be there in 20 hours. We won't die. Hearing this, Chang Mo snatched the mineral water from Su Yun's hand. You don't want to listen when I'm talking nicely. Why do you have to listen to these unpleasant words? Lin Gu shook his head helplessly. Sometimes, he really didn't understand what was going on in this person's mind. Su Yun closed his eyes and lay down. We'll take turns. I'll sleep first. Wake me up later. Go to sleep, brother. I'll keep an eye on her. Don't worry. Lin Gu said. Now that Chang Mo was handcuffed, there was nothing she could do. Furthermore, the interior of the van was completely isolated from the driver's seat, so she would not be able to attack the two drivers. After Su Yun fell asleep, Lin Ji's gaze was fixed on Chang Mo. As long as Chang Mo made the slightest move, he would give her a warning. Don't try any tricks. I'm telling you, you're already an arrow at the end of its flight. Don't even think of any tricks, Lin Gu said. Chang Mo looked coldly at Lin Gu. You're just a follower. You don't deserve to talk to me. Who are you talking about? Lin Gu was quite displeased with this form of address. His brother didn't even say that he was a follower. Who was this girl to lecture him? Lin Gu couldn't take it anymore and decided to scare her. I'm telling you, Chang Mo, when you return to Beijing, you'll have a good time. When the time comes, you better tell me everything about your sky eye. Otherwise, hee. Be careful that you don't get tortured. Do you think I'm afraid? Chang Mo said disapprovingly. I've seen everything. What kind of punishment would I be afraid of? That's because you don't know what torture is. Lin Gu said. Have you heard of death by 1,000 cuts? Cutting off the flesh of the person until the flesh is almost gone. Only then will the head be cut off. Chang Mo glared at Lin Gu. I'm telling you, I've been scared since I was young. Moreover, I'm someone who knows history. When the laws of the Qing dynasty were revised in the 31st year of the Guangxu dynasty, punishments such as death by 1,000 cuts, decapitation, and dismemberment were removed. They were all changed to beheading. Now that we're in a civilized society, you're still using this to scare me? Lin Gu grinned. He didn't expect Chang Mo to know more than him. He didn't even know when these punishments were removed. Then have you heard of the head crusher? Since this didn't scare her, Lin Gu used another method. This was a torture device he had seen with his own eyes. Do you want to give it a try? It's a metal bowl placed on top of your head. The collar and chin plate are filled with large screws so that you can't move. This is a crusher that has the effect of crushing. Then, your head is sandwiched between the metal bowl and the plate. Then, the screws are turned and the metal headband starts to exert pressure. Your teeth will be crushed first, then your eyeballs will bulge out of their sockets. Then, shut up. Chang Mo really did feel a chill run down her spine. Lin Gu laughed. I'm not lying to you. This is something I've seen with my own eyes. When I ask you what it is, if you don't tell me, I'll make you a head crusher. Let's see if you can withstand it. Although Chang Mo knew that Lin Gu was just scaring her, she still felt uncomfortable. This punishment was too cruel. She didn't know who invented it, but just thinking about it made her hair stand on end. To Chong Mo, the people who invented this kind of punishment were people who deserved to die. Their viciousness was probably even crueler than the people who were being punished. Don't listen to his nonsense, Su Yun said with his eyes closed. He won't participate in the rest of the matter. We won't torture you. We just want to understand some things from you. If you don't want to talk, we'll wait. We'll wait until you're willing to talk. Brother, aren't you trying to undermine me? I've just gotten some results. Who knows, maybe she'll be so scared that she'll spill everything. I won't even need to wait until we reach Yanjing to get a confession for you. Lin Gu sighed helplessly. Sigh, femme fatale. What a disaster. Su Yun turned around and continued to sleep. Stop talking nonsense. Don't disturb my rest. Lin Gu stretched lazily. Okay, I won't talk about it anymore. It's just that. Isn't the journey too boring? There should be a video system in the back of the car. We can watch movies and listen to songs. What's the use of an armed explosion-proof escort car? It's only used when we're on a mission to escort people and items that need strict supervision. Why don't we give you a sauna room in the car? Wouldn't it be great if you could have a sauna? Su Yun was speechless. At this moment, Chong Mo suddenly said, I need to go to the bathroom. As she spoke, she shook the bottle of mineral water in her hand, as if to say that she drank too much water. Brother Yun, I told you that you shouldn't have given her water. There's an old saying that goes, a lazy donkey shits and pees more. Lin Ji's analogy was really unrefined. Chong Mo angrily glared at him. There's no use glaring at me. I'm just stating the truth. Also, we're on the highway. Where are you going to go to the bathroom? Lin Gu said. Brother, think of a way for her. Don't let anything happen to her later. Chong Mo's gaze fell on Su Yun, who was slowly sitting up. I need to go to the bathroom. Lin Gu is right. We're on the highway. There's no way to stop the car. Even if we stop the car, there's no bathroom for you to use. Su Yun, why don't we turn around and give you a bottle? Before Chong Mo could get angry, Lin Gu couldn't help but laugh. Brother, do you think she's a man? The opening of the bottle is so small. Can she even aim? Chapter 2362. It was fine if Lin Gu didn't laugh, but once he did, Chong Mo was completely enraged. She thought that Su Yun was mocking her on purpose. I don't mean anything else. It's just that we don't have a solution right now. When Su Yun saw Chong Mo's expression, he realized that his casual words had touched Chong Mo's bottom line. He punched Lin Ji's back and said, Shut up. What's so funny? Hurry up and shut your mouth. Only then did Lin Gu hold back his laughter. He turned to look at Chong Mo. Chong Mo's expression was already very ugly. No wonder he couldn't help but laugh. How about this? When we reach the next service area, we'll stop the car. We'll all go to the restroom and let them refuel the car, Su Yun said. This finally calmed Chong Mo down. It would be great if there was a chance when they reached the service area. Chong Mo started to think of an idea. There should be a lot of people in the restroom of the service area. That would create an opportunity for her. Seeing that Chong Mo was no longer angry, Su Yun used the intercom in the car to instruct the person in the driver's seat to stop the car at the next service area. The person in the driver's seat quickly replied to Su Yun, Roger, Roger. We're 20 kilometers away from the next service area. We'll be there soon. Okay, thank you for your hard work. Su Yun turned off the walkie-talkie and looked at Chong Mo. There's still 20 kilometers left. Can you bear it? If you really can't bear it, brother, don't tell me you're going to give her ping air. Lin Gu really touched a sore spot. Chong Mo couldn't be bothered with the two of them. Her mind was filled with plans to get rid of the two of them after they reached the service area. This might be her only chance. If she didn't take advantage of it, they would be watching her even more closely in the future. When that time came, she wouldn't have a chance to escape. Therefore, Chong Mo had to seize this opportunity. This was a rare opportunity for her. Seeing that Chong Mo didn't say anything, the two of them didn't say anything either. Lin Ge continued his little shift, while Su Yun lay down on the side and closed his eyes to rest. There was still a long way to go before they returned to Beijing. They couldn't let their guard down. They had to be vigilant and cautious. The car quickly entered the next service area. Chongma adjusted his breathing over and over again, telling himself to stay calm and seize the best opportunity. She only had one chance. Only if she could escape from Su Yun's control could she save the others and prevent them from dying like moths to a flame. If she was in a prison in Hong Kong or Macau, Chong Mo wouldn't be worried. However, if she went to Hua Xia, who knew how many experts like Su Yun were waiting for her? What if they couldn't find her in the prison in Hong Kong and Macau and came to Hua Xia without caring about anything else? That would be really dangerous. It was very likely that they wouldn't be able to return. Obviously, the explosion-proof escort vehicle attracted a lot of attention. As soon as it stopped, many people turned to look at it. Su Yun opened the car door and got out first. Chong Mo and Lin Ge followed suit. Many people were extremely surprised to see such a beautiful girl's hands and feet were handcuffed. Sigh, beauties these days. Of all the things they did, why did they get caught? And to make such a big scene. I want to go to the bathroom. Open all these for me. Chong Mo stretched out her hand. Su Yun shrugged his shoulders. I don't think so. It's just going to the bathroom. It's not that troublesome, right? How can I go to the bathroom like this? Chong Mo said. Look at the distance between the leg cuffs and the handcuffs. It's not even convenient for me to take off that. Are you exaggerating? Lin Ge said. If you think it's not convenient for you to take it off, then let my brother go in and help you take it off. There's no way you can open this. Shameless. Chong Mo glared at Lin Ge. Lin Ge actually didn't mean that. He was just using an analogy to let Chong Mo make a choice. She could choose to take off her pants by herself or let Su Yun go in and help her. It was to provoke her so that she wouldn't have any bad ideas. Although it's not convenient, it's not impossible. Su Yun said. You'll have to bear with it. The service station was a public area. He really didn't dare to let Chong Mo go in this place. If Chong Mo had space to move freely, no one could guarantee the safety of this place. Only the handcuffs made of special materials could be 100% sure that she would be controlled. Su Yun, do you really want a girl like me to say it so clearly? Chong Mo said. It's not convenient for me these few days. Do you understand what I mean? It's indeed inconvenient. I know it's inconvenient for you too. But in this situation, it's inconvenient for everyone. Su Yun said. I'm the same as you. It's not convenient for me. Chong Mo was speechless. I mean, it's my personal inconvenience. It's the inconvenience of a girl's body. You guys are really stupid. Do you really want me to say that I'm on my period? How am I going to deal with this? Su Yun was sweating. Could it be so coincidental? She just got out of Hong Kong and Macau prison and she encountered this situation? Stop joking. Lin Ge said. Brother, she must be up to something. Ignore her. I don't believe there's such a coincidence. Do you think a girl will joke about this? I know my menstrual cycle better than anyone else. You guys don't understand women's troubles. Chong Mo said. It doesn't matter. I'm in your hands. If you don't believe me, I can't do anything. Su Yun felt that Chong Mo wasn't joking. We're all men. We didn't bring that thing. Isn't there a supermarket over there? Is it expensive to buy a pack for me? Chong Mo shook her head helplessly. Are all men so stingy? Su Yun looked at Lin Ge. Go buy it. I'm going to faint. Brother, you're asking a man like me to buy that thing. How can I do that? Lin Ge said. I'm not going. You go by yourself. I didn't even buy it for Feng Ye. Why are you talking so much nonsense? Su-yun said. Just go. Hurry up. Don't waste time. Lin Gu went unwillingly. Sigh, women these days were really hard to please. She was a prisoner, but she still had so many problems. You should unlock me now, Chong Mo said. I can't do anything about it. Otherwise, you'll have to help me get in. You help me get out. Su-yun was speechless. He really couldn't do anything about it. Then I'll unlock your handcuffs. The ones on your feet are still not working. Can you separate your legs like this? Chong Mo pointed at Su-yun's feet. Why don't you try it for me? Why can't I separate them? Su-yun said and squatted down in an M shape. This is definitely enough. Chong Mo didn't argue with Su-yun anymore. She didn't bargain with him. She stretched out her hands in front of Su-yun. Su-yun brought Chong Mo to the entrance of the female washroom. He explained to the crowd that Chong Mo was dangerous and Su-yun didn't want any accidents to happen. However, the women ignored Su-yun. They still went in and out. After all, it was a service area on the highway. Everyone was in a hurry and went to the service area to deal with their own problems. At this time, Lin Gu had also bought back the things he needed to buy. He even bought quite a few of them. Day use, night use, and some random wing protectors. I don't know anything about them. I bought 4 of them. Don't be so picky. At least you're a little smart. Chong Mo took the things Lin Gu passed to her and wanted to go in. However, the people inside didn't come out. Su-yun stopped her and continued to communicate with the crowd. He hoped that they could understand. Under his and Lin Ji's obstruction, no one went in. After everyone came out, Su-yun let Chong Mo in. Chong Mo snorted. She thought that their actions were superfluous. Su-yun gestured for Lin Gu to guard the entrance. He wanted to go to the back to take a look to avoid any accidents. At this moment, a woman walked over with 3 burly men. She kept muttering, 2 men, shameless. They blocked the entrance of the women's washroom and didn't let us in. I can't hold it in anymore. It's dripping out. Let's go. Today, we must teach those 2 bastards a lesson. The 3 burly men walked towards Lin Gu angrily. Chapter 2363. What's the matter with a young man blocking the entrance of the women's washroom? The burly man who was walking at the front rolled up his sleeves and angrily pushed the crowd aside as he rushed over. Seeing this, Lin Gu hurriedly explained, I'm sorry, everyone. We are currently escorting a very dangerous criminal to Beijing. We have official business to do. Because this criminal is too dangerous, we have no choice but to prevent them from being in the same bathroom with her. That would be dangerous. Dangerous my ass. The burly man said, What criminal? How can she be so dangerous? Don't joke around here. If she's really so dangerous, why don't you just escort her back in other ways and drive to Yanjing? Humph. There's still a 20-hour journey. Only a fool would arrange that. You really don't know how dangerous she is. Their people have already jumped off the plane and escaped, so this is the safest way for us. Lin Gu said, This way, even if there's an accident, we can control it in time. Some people were surprised, but some people didn't believe it at all. They felt that this statement was too exaggerated. Brother, you sure know how to brag. The burly man snorted. Then let me see how capable you are to be assigned to escort such an important criminal. If you can't even subdue me, then let me escort the female criminal for you. Ah! Ha ha ha, what do you think, everyone? Huaxia people like to watch a good show. When they heard this, they started to jeer. Everyone wanted to see Lin Ji's troubled expression. Because Lin Ji's figure was too far away from this burly man. It was like the difference between heaven and earth. That burly man was like an eagle catching a chick when dealing with Lin Gu. Therefore, no one was optimistic about Lin Gu. They all thought that this guy who said that he was carrying out some super mission was a braggart. Lin Gu was really the kind of person who didn't want to lose face. Seeing this burly man act so recklessly and arrogantly, and seeing so many people waiting to see him make a fool of himself, he immediately became unhappy. "Fine, if you want to die, then I'll fulfill your wish." That burly man pounced in front of Lin Gu, but Lin Gu used Cloud Hand and borrowed the burly man's strength to almost make him fall to the ground. After all, it was the entrance of the toilet, and the feet of the people who came and went were not very clean. If she fell down like a dog eating shit, she would lose a lot of face. "Big brother, are you all right? Let's teach this brat a lesson right now." The other two were unhappy. "I can deal with him myself." The burly man didn't want to lose face because of this. He had to regain his face himself. If the three of them bullied the other party, then he wouldn't have any face left. Lin Gu said helplessly, "It's about time. Don't force me to make a move. I don't have time to play with you guys right now. Stop bragging." If the burly man didn't press Lin Gu down with his own hands, then he definitely wouldn't be able to vent his anger. Chong Mo naturally heard the commotion outside. She knew that this was her chance. Although she couldn't remove the chains on her feet, she had a chance to move her hands freely. Chong Mo didn't have a period, so she didn't need to go to the toilet. She only had one goal, and that was to escape. The commotion outside the female toilet gave Chong Mo a chance. She quickly moved her feet and rushed to the back window, easily jumping out. Although the back window wasn't big, with Chong Mo's slender figure, she could easily escape. However, just as Chong Mo leaned half of her body out, Suyun's familiar voice sounded, "Chong Mo, the basic trust between us might be destroyed because of this little action of yours." Chong Mo was stunned. Su-yun, who was blocking her at the entrance, actually came to the back. What was in this guy's head? I just wanted to see what it was like behind. Chong Mo didn't know why she had to explain. Su-yun shrugged his shoulders. "If you were really on your period, you wouldn't dare to do such a big thing, right? You'll leak. Don't forget that you're wearing white pants." Chong Mo wanted to be angry, but couldn't find a reason to be angry. At this time, the burly man who was closing in on Lin Gu suddenly became angry. He couldn't take advantage of Lin Gu after many failed attempts. This made him unhappy and completely out of control. What made Lin Gu even angrier was that this guy was so angry that he didn't care about his face anymore. With a wave of his hand, the three of them directly pounced on Lin Gu. Lin Gu didn't show any mercy this time. With one move, the three of them all fell into the female toilet, scared witless. All the onlookers were shocked. This was too exaggerated. Such an inconspicuous young man actually took care of three burly men so easily. Chong Mo, who heard the sound, didn't waste any more time with Su-yun. She directly jumped back. Seeing the three men fall into the toilet, she didn't hesitate at all. With a kick, she sent one of them flying into the cubicle of the female toilet. That kick knocked over the waste paper basket, and all kinds of toilet paper scattered all over the place. The man was also knocked unconscious against the wall. The other man didn't have a good ending either. Chong Mo kicked him in the chin. His body spun on the floor and flew out. It was cleaner than a mop. The man's nerves were stimulated and he completely lost consciousness. The last man was directly lifted up by Chong Mo and choked by his neck. Because everything happened too quickly, Lin Gu didn't have time to react. By the time he reacted, Chong Mo had already walked out of the toilet with a burly man by his neck. "Back off, or I'll kill him." F***ck. Lin Gu was almost angered to death by himself. He really shouldn't have kicked the three of them into the female toilet in a moment of impulse. He had already suffered the consequences of his own actions. It was too late for regrets. It was all because of these three bastards. They really made him very upset. Now that the onlookers also realized the danger, they all hid far away. No wonder people said that the guy inside was dangerous. This wasn't something that could be described with just the word, dangerous. This was too dangerous. It was simply asking for their lives. Seeing the burly man being choked until he couldn't breathe, they also realized what the word, danger meant. Chong Mo, if we bring you back now, you'll be fine. After all, you didn't commit any crimes in Hua Xia. If you kill this man today, you'll be violating Hua Xia's laws. That's something that Hua Xia's laws can't tolerate. Lin Ge said, you better think carefully about whether you want to do it or not. Chong Mo sneered, if I bring you all to Hua Xia, there's no way out. You still want to lie to me? Let me tell you, I'm very clear. I can only save myself. There's no other way out. Let him go first. If there's anything, we can discuss it properly. Lin Ge was flustered. Why wasn't Su Yun here yet? After Su Yun realized that something was wrong, he immediately rushed back. At this time, Chong Mo had already taken control of the hostage. Chong Mo. Lin Ge was right just now. You didn't violate Hua Xia's laws. We won't do anything to you. What you're doing now is violating Hua Xia's laws. That's not something fun. Su Yun said, wake up. I'm more awake than any of you. Of course you won't do anything to me after capturing me. I'm still your bait. You still want to use me as bait. Chong Mo said angrily, I won't accept my fate anymore. Even if you kill me, I won't be manipulated by you. Su Yun took a deep breath. We didn't mean that. Do you really think I'm an idiot? You didn't mean that? When we were in Taiwan, you were able to trap us with just 2 or 3 people. Now that we're in the mainland, how many people do you have waiting to deal with us? Chong Mo sneered, Su Yun, if I kill these people today, it's because you forced me. I believe that these people have all made mistakes. Even if they die, they won't be wronged. What conditions do you have? We can discuss them. My bottom line is that you can't hurt anyone. If you hurt anyone, there's no turning back. Su Yun said, Chong Mo, I believe you've thought about it clearly. What you should do and what you shouldn't do. Don't do anything you shouldn't do. That depends on what kind of path you give me. Chong Mo said, if you agree to my conditions, I won't lay a finger on anyone. Chapter 2364. Go ahead, Su Yun said, as long as you don't hurt any passers-by. What's there to worry about people like that? If it weren't for them not cooperating, I wouldn't have had a chance. Su Yun, as long as no one breaks the rules, nothing will happen. But if they do, why do you have to worry about them? Chong Mo was puzzled. Su Yun did not answer Chong Mo's question. I'm just asking what your conditions are. I don't think it's a difficult question to answer, is it? Leave the explosion-proof vehicle here. Find a private car and let them take you out of the service area. Chong Mo said. As long as you leave, I'll let them go immediately. They were on a highway, after all. It was absolutely forbidden to drive in the wrong direction on the highway. If Su Yun and the others got in the car and left, it would be difficult to deal with. There's no room for negotiation, Chong Mo said. Otherwise, I'll kill a few people here. I've already mentally prepared myself. I won't go easy on anyone. As long as you give me a chance, I won't put myself in a desperate situation. Okay, I promise you, Su Yun said. I'll give you the car and we can leave this place. As long as you don't hurt anyone, I'll promise you anything. Brother, are you kidding me? Lin Ge was dumbfounded. Wasn't that a little too quick? No, there's one more condition. Arbola. I'll take Arbola with me. Chong Mo said, if you don't agree, I guarantee that he won't be the only one who dies here. Lin Ge was furious. Dream on. What are you thinking? If you have the guts, go ahead and kill one of them. Stop threatening us with this. Let me tell you, if you don't do anything today, everything will be fine. But if you do, you won't be able to live. Chong Mo snorted. Are you threatening me? Do you think I'll be afraid of this kind of threat? Stop joking. I'm the one who's threatening you. Don't be confused. Brother, we definitely can't agree to it. That's like letting a tiger return to the mountain. Have you thought about the consequences of letting her escape? Lin Ge said, it's an unpredictable danger. Brother, I absolutely do not support your decision to obey her. When necessary, sacrifice is a last resort. Su Yun would never sacrifice any ordinary people unless it was the most critical moment. This was the difference in his status and responsibilities. If he was like Lin Guo, he would have been handed over when he was young. Although the training he received would be tough, the education of his mind and thoughts would be completely different. As a member of the Dragon Fury team, Su Yun had another layer of responsibility. They had the responsibility to protect everyone in society. Therefore, he was different from Lin Guo. Lin Guo could choose to give up the life of a normal person to capture Chong Mo without hesitation, but Su Yun would never do the same. He couldn't accept his own decision. He couldn't accept such a sacrifice. Okay, I promise you. Su Yun didn't listen to Lin Ji's advice. Brother, you're stupid. Lin Guo roared. Su Yun believed that there was still a chance because there was only one direction on the highway. Although they had to leave by car first. After all, Chong Mo had asked for a car from them. This meant that she would definitely drive. As long as he had a little patience, there was still a chance to solve this problem. It was because Su Yun had such thoughts that he dared to let Chong Mo go. This was Hua Xiao's land. Su Yun was confident that he would be able to capture the person he let go. This woman has too many wicked ideas. We can't do as she says. Brother, you have to think about it carefully. Lin Guo still insisted on his advice. Don't make this kind of decision. It will ruin everything. Su Yun was unusually firm. I've already made up my mind. You don't have to say any more. As expected of Su Yun. Good. Since you've promised me, I won't let you down. As long as you find a car to take you away, I'll let you go immediately. I'll do as I say, Chong Mo said. There's nothing to talk about. Go find a car. At this time, a young man suddenly stood out from the crowd. I'll take you away. Thanks. Su Yun didn't reject the young man's kindness. He, Lin Guo, and two other people arranged by the Hong Kong and Macau police had to leave with this young man. This young man was alone. The car was a small Mercedes-Benz A45 AMG. Because he was a backpacker, there was no luggage in the car. Although it was a little crowded with 5 people, it was still spacious. Su Yun was very satisfied with this car. The AMG aerodynamic components provided by the A45 made it more like a street version of a racing car. It had 360 horsepower and a peak torque of 450 Nm. This was definitely a super performance car. After they got into the car, the owner of the car said, "Brothers, I really want to help. I can see that you're not ordinary people. That woman is so powerful, so she's not an ordinary person either. Later, you can drive this car however you want." "Thank you, brother. I'll take this car as my requisition." Su Yun said, "If there's any problem, I'll compensate." "Then you're treating me as an outsider." The young car owner said, "I'm just a car enthusiast. If there's a problem with the car, I can handle it myself. How do you want me to cooperate?" "Just sit tight," Lin Guo said. Su Yun personally drove the car. The 5 of them directly drove off the highway. At this time, Chong Mo also pushed the person in his hand away. Su Yun, who saw all this through the rearview mirror, finally felt relieved. However, to everyone's surprise, Chong Mo did not wait. He quickly got into the car and drove the explosion-proof escort vehicle in the wrong direction. When Su Yun saw this, he immediately slammed on the brakes. Chong Mo's actions were really beyond Su Yun's expectations. She did not even care about such a dangerous action. This was too dangerous. But Su Yun could not just watch her leave like this. Bola was still in the car. He absolutely could not let that happen. "Brother, what should we do?" Lin Guo was also anxious when he saw this. Su Yun turned around and looked at the 2 men arranged by the Hong Kong and Macau police, as well as the young man who lent them the car. He said, "Brother, lend me your car. Get out of the car with my 2 brothers first and wait." I'll definitely return the car to you. It's too dangerous to drive in the wrong direction. Sure, you can drive the car however you want, the young man said generously. It's my honor to be able to help. Thanks, brother, Su Yun said. The two Hong Kong and Macau police officers also agreed with Su Yun's arrangement. After all, they were just drivers who were here to send the people off. They did not want to cause any trouble. I'll get the car back for you, Su Yun said. The three of them quickly got out of the car. After Su Yun passed the gate, he made a U-turn and sped off in the wrong direction. The journey was definitely going to be very dangerous. Lin Ge grabbed the side handle of the passenger seat tightly and took a deep breath. Driving in the wrong direction on the highway was very dangerous. Su Yun knew that all too well. Chong Imo drove away very quickly, which made Su Yun feel a little uneasy. If something happened, it would definitely lead to a disaster. A car accident was fiercer than a tiger. It was inevitable that the car would be destroyed and the passengers would die. Su Yun was starting to regret his decision. After all, Arbola was still in the car. If something happened to her, the consequences would be unimaginable. The two cars sped off like crazy, one after the other. The entire highway was shocked by the scene of them driving in the wrong direction. Because the car Su Yun and the others borrowed was very good, it was not a problem for them to catch up with Chong Mo's escort car. Unfortunately, although the explosion-proof escort car was not driving at top speed, it was still shockingly fast. Change seats with me and find a way to go side by side. I want to get in the car, Su Yun said to Lin Ge. Lin Ge was dumbfounded when he heard that. Brother, it's very dangerous to drive at such a fast speed. There's no way we can change seats in the car. If you must do this, I'll do it. After saying that, Lin Ge unbuckled his seatbelt. It was too risky. He could not let Su Yun do it. That's too dangerous. Su Yun said. Listen to my orders. Brother, I'm not going to listen to you this time. Lin Ge said as he rolled down the window. He reached out and grabbed the roof of the car. Then, he jumped out and flipped onto the roof. Chapter 2365. Lin Ge had already climbed onto the roof of the car. Su Yun had no way to stop him. The current situation did not allow for discussion. He could only resolve this matter before anything happened. Otherwise, it would only make things worse. A few cars that were going in the same direction screeched past them. Lin Ge, who was on the roof of the car, felt as though his ears were about to go deaf. Those drivers were probably cursing the two cars to death in their hearts. Chong Imo realized that Su Yun's car had caught up to them. The car's speed was increasing bit by bit. Furthermore, she kept changing lanes, increasing the danger for Su Yun and the rest. The cars going in the opposite direction and the cars going in the same direction were already so fast. For the same distance, the combined speed of the two cars was even faster. Therefore, many times after Chong Imo changed lanes to avoid the cars, Su Yun only had less than a second to react. Because Su Yun's vision was blocked, he could not see the situation of the cars in front of him. Fortunately, the car's performance was good enough. After a few drastic lane changes, it did not cause the car to roll over. Lin Ge, who was on the roof of the car, was in a terrible state. The extreme contrast of being flung back and forth made his stomach churn. This was the craziest thing he had ever done in his life. Lin Ge, who was on the roof of the car, had a better vision. He saw that the road ahead was getting better. He shouted hysterically, "Change lanes! Overtake! Parallel! Quick!" The huge wind resistance made it difficult for Lin Ge to speak. Almost all of his voice was blown back into his stomach by the wind. Su Yun could not hear him at all. Bang bang bang! Lin Ge knocked on the roof of the car a few times. Su Yun realized that Lin Ge wanted to convey a message to him. Brothers were brothers after all. Tacit understanding was essential. Su Yun immediately understood Lin Ge's intention. He stepped on the accelerator all the way to 8,000 kilometers per hour. Su Yun wanted to forcefully overtake the car. However, Zhang Mo would not give him the chance. When Zhang Mo saw Su Yun's car in the rearview mirror, he immediately swerved his car over and blocked Su Yun's path of overtaking him. Su Yun could only suppress the speed that was just about to increase and try to overtake from the other side. However, the vigilant Zhang Mo did not give Su Yun any chance. Su Yun did not succeed in overtaking the other car many times. At this moment, a large truck with a high chassis used to transport logs drove over. This truck was empty. Lin Gu did a flip and got back into the car. Bro, the chassis of the car in front of us is at least 1 meter high. Moreover, our car was originally high and bottomless. The owner even lowered the body of the car, so the car was very flat. Do we have a chance of going under the car? It's too dangerous. Su Yun knew that this was not a real sports car lying on the ground. Even if it was modified, the car was lying on the ground. The height of the car was at least 1.3 meters. Therefore, Su Yun could not take the risk. If they could not pass, they would be in trouble. At this speed, as long as we control the direction, the worst that could happen is the roof of the car being cut off. We still have a chance of passing, Lin Gu said seriously. Su Yun was stunned. He glanced at Lin Gu and Lin Gu immediately lowered his head. Su Yun gritted his teeth and steeled his heart. He immediately changed lanes. The black mass of huge trucks was rushing towards them. Su Yun stepped on the accelerator and the car roared as it charged towards the bottom of the truck. The truck's chassis cut through the roof of their small steel cannon as it sped over. Su Yun and Lin Gu only heard the sound of metal tearing and the roof of their car was completely torn off. All that was left was the broken windshield, which was still swaying in front of him. The quality of this car was really King good. That was Su Yun's first thought. His hands that were gripping the steering wheel were numb from the pain. Just now, they would have died if the steering was slightly loosened. The driver of the truck probably still could not believe what had just happened. He could not believe that a car had gone under the truck right in front of him. This was not the filming of the Fast and the Furious. Could it be that he was dreaming? Because his car was driving normally, the driver of the truck shook his head a few times. He could not believe that this was reality. It seemed that his driving fatigue was too serious. He even had such a scary hallucination. It was because Su Yun had stepped on the gas pedal that their car had slipped under the big car, giving them the opportunity to overtake Zhang Mo. With the roof cut off, it was much easier for Lin Gu. Just as Su Yun's car overtook Zhang Mo's car, Lin Gu jumped up high like a tiger and his body landed heavily on the roof of the explosion-proof truck. Although he did not manage to grab onto it and was almost thrown out, Lin Gu managed to grab onto the roof of the truck at the critical moment. Hoo! Lin Gu endured the danger of being thrown out and gave a long sigh of relief. If he was not careful just now, he would have fallen to the point where he would not be able to recognize anyone. His face would be unrecognizable and he would die. Lin Gu successfully landed on the truck and Su Yun's task was completed. Zhang Mo saw that Su Yun's car was in such a state and that the people in the car had jumped out. She did not care if Lin Gu was on the roof of her car. She swung the steering wheel and squeezed her way towards Su Yun. Su Yun saw this and quickly stepped on the brakes. The timing was just right. When Zhang Mo swung her car over, the back of the truck brushed against Su Yun's headlights. Even though it was just a small collision, Su Yun's car almost flipped over. If not for his many years of experience, he would not have been able to control the situation. Although the performance of the steel cannon was good, if it really collided with such a big thing, it would not be easy at all. Su Yun obediently followed behind Zhang Mo and did not try to overtake her. The rest would be left to Lin Gu. Now, all the opportunities were on him. Lin Gu must not disappoint the mission. Unfortunately, the doors were locked and the entire truck was armed to the point that even bullets could not penetrate it. There was no chance for Lin Gu to enter at all. At that moment, Lin Gu suddenly thought of the sunroof. Although the sunroof was explosion-proof, Lin Gu could think of a way to remove it. Right. Lin Gu immediately pulled out the dagger that he had seized from Jie Su. The dagger was very sharp and could even cut through steel. Although it would take some effort, Lin Ge still found an opportunity. He held onto the roof of the truck with one hand and used the dagger with the other to cut the metal around the sunroof. Because there was an electrical circuit here, there must be a weak spot. When Chong Mo heard the strange sound coming from the roof of the truck, she immediately realized that something was wrong. The other party must be up to something. Chong Mo began to change lanes in a frenzy. Lin Ge was tossed around until he was dizzy. Most importantly, Chong Mo suddenly slammed on the brakes and turned the steering wheel. The entire truck made a 180-degree turn. Thankfully, just half a second ago, Lin Ge had stabbed the dagger into the roof of the truck. Both of his hands held onto the dagger tightly. That was how Chong Mo managed to avoid being thrown off. After Chong Mo made a U-turn, she stepped on the accelerator and charged towards Su Yun. She would rather die in a car crash than let herself fall into their hands. Su Yun was so shocked that he broke out in cold sweat. He quickly turned the truck around and the truck charged down the highway. In that instant, Su Yun unbuckled his seatbelt and flew toward the roof of the armed explosion-proof truck. The highly modified Mercedes-Benz A45 with excellent performance was destroyed just like that. Falling down the highway would only leave behind a wreckage. Lin Ge grinned as he looked at Su Yun, who was trying to survive. He pointed at the sunroof beneath the dagger. Su Yun did not say anything else. He raised his elbow and slammed into the driver's seat, smashing down the sunroof. When the sunroof fell down, it gave Chong Mo a fright. Chong Mo had never imagined that they would be able to catch up to her. Fine. Since I can't escape, then let's die together. Chong Mo glared fiercely at Lin Ge and released her grip on the steering wheel. She opened the door and jumped out. Su Yun quickly got into the driver's seat through the sunroof. He quickly grabbed Chong Mo, who had jumped out, and stabilized the steering wheel. Then, he stepped on the accelerator. Chong Mo struggled with all her might. Su Yun had no choice but to let go of the steering wheel to control her. Thankfully, Lin Ge had also gotten into the truck through the sunroof. He quickly took control of the steering wheel and prevented the truck from flipping over. After tens of meters of sliding, the truck finally came to a stop. Lin Ge slowly adjusted the steering wheel and stopped the truck in the emergency lane. After the truck came to a complete stop, Su Yun quickly turned off the engine. He threw Chong Mo onto the ground outside the truck and jumped out as well. Lin Ge turned on the dual flashing lights and quickly got out of the truck to find the triangular warning sign. He threw it tens of meters behind the truck. Chapter 2366. This crazy high-speed chase had finally come to an end. At this time, Lin Ge realized that even in this situation, he was still drenched in sweat. Now, when the wind blew, he felt a chill on his body. His clothes were soaked with sweat from nervousness. Chong Mo, who failed to escape, sat on the ground, paralyzed. She didn't understand why. Why did the goddess of luck always favor the other side? She didn't even have a chance. Even if she failed to escape, her chance to die was taken away by Su Yun. Even in such a dangerous situation, Su Yun still stopped her. Why was this? Could it be that she would never be able to escape from Su Yun's hands? No, she couldn't accept her fate like this. She couldn't fall into Su Yun's hands. You still want to escape? How long do you want to escape for? Su Yun saw that Chong Mo wanted to stand up again and said coldly, "Enough is enough. If you continue like this, there won't be any results. The only one who will get hurt is yourself." "I want to die," Chong Mo said, "but even if I die, you won't let me die, right? There are still a lot of things that aren't clear yet." "You can't die," Su Yun said, "death is too simple. But before I understand everything about your heaven's eye, I won't let you die. You are the cruelest person I've ever seen in this world." Chong Mo looked at Su Yun with hatred. "What right do you have to take away my power? I have the right to decide my own life." Su Yun grabbed Chong Mo and said to Lin Ge, "Handcuff her. I won't give her any chance before we reach Yanjing." Lin Ge didn't say anything and handcuffed Chong Mo's hands behind her back. Chong Mo didn't have the final say now, so she didn't resist anymore. She couldn't even escape like this. She was even stopped from committing suicide. What use did she have? Chong Mo really thought that she was a useless person. A good-for-nothing cripple. Perhaps if she hadn't come out with him this time, the mission wouldn't have reached this stage, and he wouldn't have failed so badly, right? It's all my fault for being so useless. Chong Mo was filled with hatred. Not only did he hate Su Yun, he also hated himself, or perhaps he hated himself even more. Let's go. Don't think about running away again. We won't give you a chance. Lin Gu said, save yourself and save us the trouble. Su Yun didn't say much and returned to the driver's seat. He knew that Chong Mo wouldn't run away again. If she had the chance, she would definitely seek death. Therefore, he would not give Chong Mo any more chances. After Lin Gu dragged Chong Mo into the car, Su Yun started the car. Lin Gu opened the small window separating the cabin from the driver's seat and asked, Brother, what should we do if the car is destroyed? Pay up. Su Yun said, You're only responsible for keeping an eye on her. Don't think about anything else. Understood. Lin Gu nodded and started to calculate in his heart. A car like this would cost at least 400,000 to 500,000. Just the cost of the modifications would probably cost half a car. Sigh, this Chong Mo was really a scammer. Just this alone could cause such a huge problem. When Su Yun drove back to the service area, there were already several police cars in the service area. This matter was probably a little too big, so it alarmed so many police officers. The police surrounded 2 Hong Kong and Macau police officers and asked them about something. They cooperated and showed their identity documents. They were quickly verified. The owner of the Mercedes-Benz A45 had sharp eyes. When he saw the armed explosion-proof escort car, he immediately pointed at it and shouted, They're back. They're back. He also quickly realized that his car hadn't returned. As soon as Su Yun and the others got out of the car, the police immediately surrounded them. The 2 Hong Kong and Macau police officers were dumbfounded when they saw the roof of the car was lifted. Wasn't this a bit too much? If a car could be damaged like this, what exactly happened? There would probably be 1,000 answers among 1,000 people. Brothers, both of you are back. Where's my car? The young man was a little confused when he saw the 2 of them. Brother, I'm afraid your car is damaged. But don't worry, this is official business. We'll definitely compensate you. Lin Gu hurried forward and said, Don't feel bad. After this matter is settled, we'll compensate you. Su Yun had money on him, so he was very generous. He directly handed a card to Lin Gu. How much does he want? Help him transfer it. It's already embarrassing to damage someone's car. How can he have the nerve to ask for more? Lin Gu had nothing to say. That was indeed the case. The truth was that they had damaged someone else's car. They really couldn't blame anyone else for that. Okay. Lin Gu took the bank card. He was really distressed when he swiped it. After all, it was official business. It was unreasonable to pay out of his own pocket when something happened. Because this money was earned by Su Yun from Wang Jinjin, he didn't take it seriously at all. Besides donating the money to the orphanage, Su Yun didn't use it at all. This kind of ill-gotten wealth wasn't suitable to be kept. Su Yun originally wanted to transfer all the rest to Lillian after returning to Huaxia and let her use it to fund the orphanage. The car doesn't matter. It's fine as long as you guys are fine. This young man didn't seem to be short of money. Although he was distressed about his beloved car, after all, he spent a lot of effort to modify it, but he wouldn't do anything about it. How did you stop her in such a short time? Everyone was curious, but unfortunately, it wasn't the time for him to be curious. The police immediately interrupted him. Please don't interfere with official business. We are dealing with official business now. I'm sorry to cause trouble for the local police. Su Yun said to the police, We have important things now, so we can't explain too much. I believe you have learned some things from the Hong Kong and Macau police. I won't say much. I just need to leave as soon as possible and rush to Yanjing. I know you have important things to do in Yanjing. Look, how about this? We will arrange a police escort to escort you to the next city's highway. We will also contact them to prepare a police escort. It will be much safer this way. It's not necessary. The more you do that, the easier it is to cause trouble. Su Yun refused. Thank you for your kindness. If there is nothing we need to cooperate with, we will go first. Lin Gu was stunned. Brother, how do you transfer the money to him? Don't worry, don't worry. The young man said, You just said that you are going to Yanjing. It just so happens that I am going to drive to Yanjing by myself. Why don't you take me there on the way and transfer the money to me when you reach Yanjing? It wasn't too much for him to make such a request. He had destroyed the other party's car. He also had to hurry because he couldn't return the money to the other party. He couldn't refuse the other party's condition. Otherwise, who would believe that the other party would give him the money? Now that society was so unstable, it was necessary to be more careful when going out. Okay, then you will follow our car. When we reach Yanjing, I will return the money to you. You can also calculate how much your car is worth. Su Yun, get in the car. It's just that we don't have time to enjoy the scenery on the way. The young man grinned. It's okay. I don't mind as long as you can take me to Yanjing. As for the car, I really don't know how to calculate it. Don't cheat us. Let me tell you, I know how to modify cars too. I know how much it costs. Lin Gu was vigilant. He was afraid that this kid would ask for an exorbitant price. However, this guy wasn't cheating. I can't calculate the modification fee. This is the rule for car sellers. I won't ask you for the modification fee. I bought this car as soon as it was released. It cost 550,000 yuan. If you give me 500,000 yuan, then I won't lose out. Lin Gu heard this and felt that it was quite honest. Such a nice young man was rare nowadays. Good. Get in the car. Su Yun exchanged a few more pleasantries with the local police before quickly getting into the car. The two people arranged by the Hong Kong and Macau police also returned to the driver's seat. However, this time, it was an open-top car. It felt different when driving. The cool wind kept pouring down from the top of their heads. To be honest, it didn't feel very good. Although the conditions were a little difficult, they still had to continue on this road. The two of them didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Chapter 2367. I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Bai Sheng. The young man was particularly lively after he got into the car. It was his first time riding in such a car. Although he loved cars and bought and modified many of them, he had never ridden in such a fully armed escort vehicle. Hee, my family owns a Pizza Hut. We have stores in more than 10 cities across the country, including Yanjing. I'll give you a super diamond card later, and you can eat there for free. Lin Gu was also interested when he heard that. I didn't know you were so young and promising. A Pizza Hut chain? Are there any stores in Shenzhen? If there are, I'll be there to support you. Yes, yes. The young man said. What support? We're all friends, and you'll be giving me face if you go. I'm not young and promising. It's all my family's hard work, and I'm just sitting back and enjoying the fruits of others' labor. I don't have any other hobbies besides messing around with cars. But I can tell that the two of you are no ordinary people. His eyes were sharp enough? He couldn't put it that way. After all, anyone could guess that Su Yun and Lin Gu were no ordinary people. Ordinary people wouldn't be able to ride in such a car, and ordinary people wouldn't have the guts to chase in the wrong direction. Ordinary people wouldn't be able to escape death when their car was wrecked. Bai Shang looked at Chong Mo from head to toe and whispered to Lin Gu, "What crime did this woman commit to cause such a big commotion? Escorting her from Hong Kong and Macau to Yanjing? Did she commit murder or arson? Or a big drug dealer? I saw on the news that many young and beautiful girls became big drug dealers because of this." This is a state secret. It's best if you don't ask too much, Lin Ge said. When he saw that Su Yun didn't say anything, he knew that it was time for him to keep quiet. Then she's no ordinary person, Bai Sheng said. Bai Sheng said. His gaze had unknowingly landed on the black suitcase. What's this? A high-tech computer? The kind that's often used in movies. Once it's turned on, it's like a transformer with 4 screens? Su Yun took the black suitcase with Arbola in his hand. He had not been in the mood to talk, but now that the man had noticed him, he had no choice but to speak. I don't care if you have any ulterior motives. If you dare to play any tricks, be careful. Su Yun, since you're already in the car, be more honest. Hearing Su Yun's words, Lin Ge was probably not calm anymore. Su Yun's meaning was very clear. There was something wrong with this guy named Bai Sheng. Since he dared to approach them like this, he must not be a simple person. Lin Ge immediately became vigilant. It was true that one could not judge a book by its cover. How could such a person cause such a commotion? I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you mean. Bro, you guys damaged my car, so I have no choice but to follow you to Yanjing. Bai Shang's expression was a little ugly. You're saying that as if I have some kind of ulterior motive. I can't accept this. You have to accept it even if you can't, Su Yun said. I never doubted you before you got in the car, but you're a little too talkative. I won't say anything, Bai Sheng said. I don't want to be misunderstood by you guys. I'm just a normal person. Lin Ge pondered for a moment. Bro, you might be a little too nervous. There can't be anything wrong with this, can there? After all, he's the one who lent us the car. If there's something wrong with him, would he have to act like this? Bai Sheng stopped talking and seemed to be a little angry. Su Yun did not explain much. One must always be wary of others. I should have learned my lesson. If I'd known, I wouldn't have gotten involved in this mess. Bai Sheng saw that Su Yun was still suspicious of him and was extremely unhappy. Forget it. Hurry up and find a bank in the next city and transfer the money to me. I won't travel with you guys anymore. Su Yun rejected him. This car's next destination is Yanjing. It won't get off the highway anywhere else. Bai Sheng sighed helplessly. Forget it. Anyway, the car is yours. You guys can say whatever you want. I don't have any right to choose. Bro, this isn't good. After all, he helped us before, Lin Ge said. Su Yun looked at Bai Sheng carefully. He offered to help. He's not afraid of people like us. He even took the initiative to approach us. You said that your family has a lot of Pizza Hut stores in many places. There's one in Shenzhen too. Unfortunately, I know one thing. I know the boss of Shenzhen's Pizza Hut chain. F***K. Lin Ge's spearhead was directly pointed at Bai Sheng. This bastard had really tricked him. He had taken a useless card to take Feng Ya to eat pizza, and in the end, he had asked for a few hundred or a few thousand yuan. If that happened, he would really cry. Bro, there are so many Pizza Hut stores in Shenzhen. Do you know which one is mine? Bai Sheng asked. Then, which one do you think it is? Su Yun asked. I don't know myself. I've said it before. Everything is done by my family. I just like to play with cars and modify them. I'm a standard rich second generation who doesn't do anything. Don't flatter me. Bai Sheng said, if you guys don't want to believe me really, I don't mind getting off the car now. Su Yun only had suspicions about Bai Sheng, but he couldn't be sure that he had other motives. If the other party was really just a guy without any schemes, and just because of curiosity, then it was really unreasonable for him to drive the other party out of the car. No matter what, he had done them a great favor. If it wasn't for Bai Sheng's car, Su Yun and Lin Ge might not have been able to catch up with Chong Mo. Bro, don't be angry. My brother is a little nervous, Lin Ge said, because this woman has a lot of powerful companions. We have to be careful. Chong Mo snorted and said disdainfully, him? Is he worthy of being one of our sky's people? Your eyes are really blind. Didn't we catch you even if we were blind? Lin Gu immediately retorted. Bai Sheng was confused. What sky's eye? Don't ask what you shouldn't ask. Su Yun said, we are very grateful for your help. However, I still have to warn you. This car isn't that easy to sit in. It's best if you don't say anything. That will only make us more suspicious of you. Bai Sheng shook his head helplessly. A straight man is not afraid of a crooked shadow. It's fine if you don't say anything. I won't ask either. I'll pretend I didn't see anything. That's right. Lin Gu said, we didn't have a choice. Who told there to be a female demon here who kills without blinking an eye? You really have to be careful. Don't let her use you. Bai Sheng shuddered. Murderer? If I had known, I wouldn't have gotten in your car. This is too scary. Once you get in, you won't be able to get out. Su Yun said, after you come with us to Yanjing, we will naturally find a way to investigate your identity. If your identity is correct, you can leave immediately. If not, I can only say sorry. I'm afraid that I'll be sullied to death before I reach Yanjing. Bai Sheng said, Big brother, don't be so suspicious of me. I can prove myself however you want. The feeling of being wronged is really uncomfortable. Su Yun said faintly, I'm sorry, I didn't have a choice. There were 2 more people in the car that needed to be vigilant. Lin Gu was more alert. Chong Mo was now being controlled. He looked like he was half dead due to the frustration. Even so, Su Yun didn't dare to let his guard down. He was afraid that this was all a facade that Chong Mo put up. Bai Sheng was also very obedient under Lin Ji's watch. He definitely wouldn't do anything he shouldn't do or touch anything he shouldn't touch. Bai Sheng, who was bored to death, took out a pack of cigarettes. He wanted to smoke one, but the back of the car was sealed. He was a little embarrassed. He looked at Su Yun and Lin Gu and handed it to them. Do you want one? Su Yun took the pack of cigarettes and rejected directly. Wait until we get out of the car. I'll let you smoke as much as you want. Sigh, this can really kill me. Bai Sheng didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Forget it, I'll just go to sleep. I'm really depressed sitting in this car. Just calm down. Su Yun said, it won't be long. We'll reach Yanjing soon. Bai Sheng wanted to cry. They really didn't even blink when they lied. There was still 18 to 19 hours of driving to Yanjing, and they still had to drive non-stop. Go to sleep. When you wake up, we'll be there. Lin Gu could only give him the best comfort. Chapter 2368. Nothing else happened along the way to Yanjing. Chong Mo didn't seem to have any intention of resisting. She seemed to have accepted her fate. Perhaps the failure to escape on the highway had hit her to the bottom of the abyss. However, Bai Sheng didn't say anything else. He only complained that it was too boring and dry. Finally, they reached the exit of the Yanjing Expressway. The 2 drivers who took turns to drive were already exhausted. Although there weren't many bumps along the way, there was a huge whirlpool. In short, they survived and did their best. Let's find a bank first. I'll transfer the money to you. Su Yun, thank you for what happened. We still have our mission to complete. We won't say any more words of thanks. Bai Sheng stretched lazily. We're finally here. That's fine. You guys brought me to Beijing, so I'll have to thank you guys. We're even. Let's find an ICBC bank. After transferring the money to me, I won't disturb you anymore. We'll go our separate ways. You're saying it as if you're going your own way and I'm going mine. Lin Gu grinned. Brother, if we meet again, I'll definitely treat you to a meal. There'll definitely be a chance. Bai Sheng said, life is about fate. As long as there's fate, anything is possible. Su Yun gestured for the driver to find a bank as soon as possible to transfer the money. After about half an hour, the car stopped in front of an ICBC bank. I'll do it, brother. Lin Gu said. You'll be more at ease in the car. Su Yun passed the bank card to Lin Gu. You know the password. Okay. Lin Gu opened the car door and got off with Bai Sheng. His entire body was tense from sitting all the way. Every time he stretched, the joints of his bones would creak. Bai Sheng cracked his neck. If you didn't have a mission, I'd definitely bring you to Pizza Hut for a big meal. I'll prove to you that my family really owns Pizza Hut. I won't lie to you. Your brother still doesn't believe me. Sigh, I'm a little sad. Don't mind it, brother. Anyone would be suspicious. Lin Gu said, You don't know what we've been through during this time. If you did, you wouldn't think that way. The two of them chatted as they walked into the bank. The bank was always overcrowded. People who often went to the bank to do business knew this very well. Even the self-service machines were packed with people. Lin Gu pressed a number, but when he saw that he had to wait for 70 to 80 people, he decisively gave up and dragged Bai Shang to the front of the self-service machine. In front of the self-service machine, there were deposits and withdrawals. There were all kinds of things. Even so, it took 20 minutes before it was her turn. Lin Gu asked for Bai Shang's bank account number while preparing to use the self-service machine to transfer the money. At this time, Bai Shang pulled out an extremely small pistol from somewhere and aimed it at the ceiling and fired. After a loud bang, he shouted, "Rob a bank." Lin Gu was stunned. What the hell is this guy trying to do? Before Lin Gu could react, the entire bank's lobby was in chaos. Some people covered their heads and hid under the tables, while others ran out of the bank with all their might. In an instant, everything was in chaos. The staff in the bank were also dumbfounded. After all, it was a gunshot. Someone immediately pressed the alarm. The lobby manager who was serving in the lobby also hurriedly found a place to hide. Even the security guards who were equipped with batons knew that they were no match for the armed robbers. No one dared to confront them. However, due to his professional integrity, one of the security guards took advantage of his unpreparedness and rushed over. But in the end, he was shot by Bai Shang and was lying in a pool of blood. Are you King crazy? Lin Gu did not react in time and was pushed out a few meters by the chaotic crowd. By the time he reacted, Bai Shang had already shot someone. Hearing Lin Ji's cursing, Bai Shang aimed his gun at Lin Gu. Fortunately, Lin Gu reacted quickly and jumped out before Bai Shang could pull the trigger. The shot did not hit him. Get down! Everyone get down! Lin Gu was afraid that this madman would hurt the innocent. He shouted as he dodged the bullets. Those who were in a hurry and did not know where to run would easily be hit by the bullets. While the bank was in chaos, the situation outside was not peaceful at all. When Su Yun heard the gunshots from inside the bank, his first reaction was to rush out. For a gunshot to be fired in such a crowded place, it was definitely not a small matter. 2 gunshots followed right after. How could Su Yun be at ease? He grabbed Arbola with one hand and jumped out of the car. He even turned around and ordered the 2 people in the driver's seat, "Keep an eye on her for me." Before Su Yun could finish his sentence, a few people wearing ghost masks rushed out. A white ghost mask took out a metal chain and wrapped it around the car's sunroof. Then, with a twist, it tightened. The driver inside was choked so hard that his face turned red and he could not even breathe. It was obvious that the other party had a purpose and a plan. They killed the driver as soon as they arrived, which meant that they had no intention of letting the car leave. Su Yun was not going to stand by and watch the people sent by the Hong Kong and Macau police die in Huaxia. That would be too embarrassing for the people of Yanjing. Su Yun kicked the ground and jumped onto the roof of the car. He kicked the white ghost face in the neck and sent him flying. The person in the driver's seat was almost choked out of breath. After he was released, he took a few deep breaths and started coughing. The person in the passenger's seat was so scared that he broke out in cold sweat. They had no idea what kind of big accident had happened. Su Yun was soon surrounded by several people wearing ghost masks. There were black masks, purple masks, and even red masks. Due to the chaos, Su Yun did not have time to figure out how many people there were. These people attacked Su Yun almost at the same time. They attacked Su Yun from all three directions at the same time. They were fully prepared. Su Yun still had to protect the Ebola virus weapon in his hands, so it was impossible for him to go all out. He rose into the air like a mighty army, then used the autumn wind to sweep away the fallen leaves to force the people surrounding him away. He then shouted at the two in the cockpit, "Drive!" There was no time to hesitate. However, before Su Yun could react, several people rushed in front of the car almost at the same time and fired at the car's windows. The bullets flew everywhere and even Su Yun had to jump out of the car to avoid them. Although the car's windshield was bulletproof, it was still shattered by the bullets. The two people in the car were just policemen who drove steadily. They had never participated in actual combat and had no experience at all. Encountering such a situation, they were already scared out of their wits. Therefore, they did not hear what Su Yun said to them at all. The two of them lay in the car like idiots. They did not know how to resist at all. Su Yun had just landed when the few people he forced away surrounded him again. Their purpose was very clear. They wanted to snatch the thing in Su Yun's hand. Su Yun was caught in a battle with several people. Lin Ge, who was in the bank, was also in a predicament. Because Bai Shang had a gun in his hand, the bullets were a threat to Lin Ge. The people inside were running around, so Lin Ge could not do anything. He could only keep dodging. Fortunately, the miniature pistol in Bai Shang's hand only had 5 bullets. After firing all of them, he threw it aside and rushed toward Lin Ge. Lin Ge saw that the opponent did not have a pistol, so he did not hold back. He also kicked Bai Sheng. This kick was full of resentment. Lin Ge had trusted this guy enough along the way, but he did not expect this guy to play this trick with him. His acting was too good. Fortunately, Brother Yun reminded him in the car. If he trusted him in the car, this matter would be more troublesome. "If you want to fight, I will accompany you. If I don't beat you up until your parents can't recognize you, Lin Ge will follow your surname." Chapter 2369. It was apparent that Bai Shang had come prepared. He seemed to know Lin Ge's moves very well, as he easily dispelled the attack and even landed a very dangerous blow on Lin Ge's vitals. The outcome of the fight was almost decided in that split second. Lin Ge sighed in his heart after dodging the attack. He did not expect Bai Shang to be able to hide his aura so well that they did not notice him all the way to Yanjing. Furthermore, he had brought a gang with him, which meant that he came prepared. His target was very clear: Arbola and Chong Mo. However, they did not notice anything during the entire journey. Bai Shang and Chong Mo were complete strangers, and there was no possibility of them knowing each other. Therefore, this guy's target should be a simple weapon, the Ebola virus. "Who the hell are you?" Lin Ge calmed himself down as soon as possible. Bai Shang's strength could be said to be on par with his, so it would not be easy to deal with him. Bai Shang sneered, "Is that important? You're all going to meet the King of Hell in a while, so why care so much? You just need to know that you won't die in vain." Lin Ge was disgusted by the guy's confidence. Say that if you really have the strength to do it. If you don't puff yourself up at your own cost. You're not even close. Then let's see if I can make the evil god's closed-door disciple die in my hands. Bai Shang's smile was extremely cold. He revealed Lin Ge's identity, which made Lin Ge's entire body shake. The feeling of being seen through was not a good feeling. Bai Shang seemed to be about the same age as them, so how could he know so much about the underground world? Lin Ge was really at a loss. As the closed-door disciple of the evil god, Lu Xuanji, most of the people who knew his identity were the older generation of Lu Xuanji. Most of the people of the current generation were familiar with Lin Ge's big brother, Xie. As for Lin Ge, it could be said that very few people knew about him. That was why it was surprising that Bai Shang was so young. According to his age, it was impossible for him to know Lin Ge's identity. There was another possibility, which was that he was the kind of person in the organization who would inquire about any information. You know that I'm Old Man Cthulhu's last disciple and you still dare to show off in front of me? Fine, then I'll let you know who you've offended. The two of them attacked each other at the slightest disagreement. Neither of them was willing to give way to the other. It was a fierce battle. When both of them had to use offense as a form of defense, the entire rhythm of the battle seemed to have sped up by 2 times. The battle was truly earth-shattering. Outside, Su Yun was besieged by more than 10 masked men. No matter how many masked men Su Yun sent flying, swept, and kicked, there would always be a steady stream of masked men in front of him to besiege him. One could imagine that they must not have known anything. Get the box. We must get the box before the police surround us. Their target was very clear. It was the box in Su Yun's hands. Now, the box in Su Yun's hands was the only thing they wanted. Other than that, there was nothing else that could tempt them. The police sirens could be heard from afar. Other than the people from the police station, there were also people from the SWAT team. This matter was really big. The appearance of the police obviously made these people angry. They didn't want to cause such a big commotion. Facing the police's encirclement, the group of people started to lose their calm. Under the command of their leader, they started to retreat. Some people were beaten up by Su Yun to the point that they couldn't move much. No one cared about them at all. They were like useless bees that had been abandoned by a swarm of bees. Bai Shang. Let's go. It's not good to continue fighting. Someone shouted to the people in the bank. Then, he quickly turned around and prepared to leave. At this time, Bai Shang and Brother Li hadn't decided the winner yet. This was unacceptable. Since his name was Bai Shang, then he must win. Otherwise, he wouldn't be satisfied. But Lin Ji's strength wasn't below his. The two people's fight was anxious. It was a game of patience. Lin Ge, don't worry. We will definitely fight again. Next time, I won't let you escape so easily. Bai Shang said and wanted to leave. It's not that easy. You're the one who wants to fight. You're the one who wants to run. You're the one who wants to run. Lin Ge snorted. He wouldn't let him leave so easily. The stronger the opponent, the more it stimulated the fighting spirit in Lin Ji's heart. He attacked with a dragon out of the cave. In one breath, he forced Bai Shang to the corner of the wall. Bai Shang didn't accept it. He kicked away Lin Ji's control and shouted angrily. Many of the masked people outside had already run away. Those who could escape had already escaped. At this time, Su Yun also rushed into the bank. After seeing that there were 2 people, Bai Shang immediately made a change. A wise man knows better than to fight when the odds are against him. He wouldn't be so stupid. Want to bully me with numbers? Sorry. I'll accompany you another day. I'll leave first today. Bai Shang said and took out a small autonomous smoke bomb. Then, he disappeared in the smoke. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.